Welcome. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Court is in session, I guess. Let's see what we have. So we have, as I always say, we have let a full docket today. I'm gonna be concentrating on Lupe's Fiasco. Welcome, beautiful mess. Uh, let's see all the people. I'm gonna put it here. That would be more ideal. How y'all doing? Beautiful mess. How you doing, Edward? Hi. That's cool. Yeah, chatting and stuff and everything. I like it. Um, DNG, how you doing? Gloria C, welcome. Diego, how's it going? Um, hit the like button. Let me put my information that I'm supposed to put. Happy Friday, Elaine. Hi, Lizelle. Hi, Care Bear. Hello. Um, Madman, how you doing? Thank you for being here. We have a lot to discuss because our opinion is different than everybody else's opinion that's on these streets. I feel like a loner because a lot of people don't share my sentiments, and that's why I started my own little piece of YouTube, because a lot of people don't share are my sentiments and what I see. And I feel like I'm always going to be the unpopular opinion, or we're going to be the unpopular opinion. And I'm okay with that, because if I only get followed by five real ones, then guess what? That's five real ones, because all these people, all these celebrities surround themselves by hundreds of people, and you can't count on one hand who's going to be there, who was there with you shooting in the gym, so to speak, who was there with you when the shit hits a fan. You know what I mean? When you at your lowest. So I'm okay with that. But the fact that we have more than five in our community is amazing. So we're gonna go, bit by bit. I'm gonna start with my opinion of how this whole thing started. Taking it way back in the day. So we're gonna see the history, the quick history of Lupe and Kendrick. So we're then gonna talk about the lives, and some of the lives that he's been, or whatever, and some of the points that he's been making, and then we definitely gonna talk about the culture divided. Okay, I'm sorry, respectfully or not, either way, that's my title. I don't see it as culture united. I don't see anybody uniting anything. I see just idle behavior. So, and we might learn some new words, because I was just digging for adjectives. You get me, to describe that type of behavior. We're gonna look at um, a little bit of the host of that panel, a little bit. We're gonna talk about some of how the the points that Lupa has been making, how they are just narcissistic. They're in line. There is a resemblance between them, between Lupe and Drake and J. Cole, and how they all move, and the game. You understand? To me, they're all the same. There's a quadruplets, or everybody else has been hating, quietly. But these are the most egregious um, offenders. These are the usual suspects. The usual suspects. And Kendrick is the Kaiser Soze, if you will. And if you know, you know. You get me? He plays quiet in the background, but he is the ultimate lyrical, assassin. He is the ultimate strategist. So Kendrick is the Kaiser Soze of this whole game. And the loud mouths, in the front, they're like destroying themselves. They're not happy. Everything is just for show, and it's meaningless. So we're gonna break those things down. um Jid also, let's put Jid in there. Okay, he want to be in there too. So we're gonna talk about the Grammy performance, you know, the Grammys and some of the winners as well, and Baby Keem and Day Free. And we're also going to talk about TDE Punch's response to this whole thing. And we could talk about glasses as well. But this whole response that they're doing. And it's just crazy because it feels like everybody's compromised. It's like, yo, how much is Lupe paying these people? Like, what is really going on? What I Diego said, what I saw 2 nights ago, they was on their knees for yeah, and I've been saying that, like I've been. That's why I don't watch that. You know how people be like, oh, don't you want to be on Coach United? Don't you want? No, nah. You get me? I'm a different type of pride. Like I have a different type of pride and integrity. I Not all money is good money. Not all going viral is good going viral. You get me? Like if and also if Lupe was on my live, if he jumps on this live, he getting no seconds. I'm turning the TV off. He gets no platform. He might get a timeout and just a block. You get me? So I don't know if he's watching me. I'm a different type of animal. All these people, I'm gonna do what people can't do. What people couldn't do, I will be willing to do it. I will not tolerate stupidity, just condescending behavior. I don't have the time. I can't do 3 hours with a fool. That's like dinner with schmucks. You get what I'm saying? That's like dinner with schmucks. If you watch that movie, it's like you entertaining schmucks, like idiots. You know what I'm saying? And how long you want to hear that? Because they're offloading. They're offloading. You gotta understand, toxic people will offload their nonsense and all the drama. And a narcissist is never wrong. It's always a victim. They play by the same thing. It's always a victim mentality. Everybody's against me. Oh my God, woe is me, woe is me. Like I said in my last live, pain, agony, and defeat. So I say stuff that people are afraid to say. Like I said, I'm not giving 3 hours to an idiot. I'm not a straight up imbecile that's condescending, that wants a platform, that realizes that content. Like I just put that video, Culture Divided, and wants a platform to spread his negative narrative and poison the masses. While Kendrick is elevating, is opening the awakening the mind, the consciousness of people to make them aware. Like, look, these people the industry's trying to fool you. This is not a real artist. This is a fake person. So Kendrick is elevating, and people are just trying to poison and damage the work that he's been doing. So dinner with schmucks. Yeah, we're gonna start. Oh no, it's gonna be a funny ass live because oh boy, I don't care. I really don't care. Let me tell you something. If he was in my live, that thing would last 3 minutes. That thing will last 3 minutes because I'd be like, I dare you to do a hit album. I dare you to sell out 47 stadiums. I dare you to get a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? I dare you, and all those things you can't do. Because all that energy that he's putting into these stupid lives and all this stuff, and then he found the perfect live. He found the perfect live with all his little background buddies. They've been buddies for years. And of course, they're all coddling. But these are the people that people sweat. You understand? These people on the panel, you have to listen. I have so much to say. Let me calm down. Let me calm down. The people, truth was revealed. There's a bunch of people. I'm gonna say this. There's a bunch of content creators and a bunch of stuff that y'all like that I don't fuck with. There's a bunch of content creators that I'll be like, yo, this mofo is fake. This one, it ain't real. This one, you understand? Like, I'm trying to like humans a lot. I'm trying to engage with human, but y'all making it difficult. You get me? Like, there's a bunch of content creators that are compromised. Or they'd be like, oh, you know what? Yeah, he said all this and that, but he got bars. Man, you could take your bars and shove them up your sensitive savage. Let me calm down. You take I don't care about your bars. F you and your skateboard. F you and your goddamn skateboard. You can take your skateboard and you know what to do. Put it where the sun don't shine. I don't give a damn about nothing. But so that's what makes me different. Because I'm not gonna be like, oh, but you can't take away that he's a lyricist. That you can't. I take everything away. I take you are not doing human decency, empathetic to, that. And like Kendrick said, if for all those anybody that's empathetic to the other side, I vow, eliminate them right now. Make Cat Williams and them proud. You say fuck you and your fucking skateboard. I don't give a damn about none of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. And let me tell you something, I'm tempering myself for YouTube. I'm tempering myself because I know YouTube won't let me be. They won't let me say what I really want to say. You see me in real life, you see me in these streets, then you're gonna see why I say I'm a savage, sensitive savage. And the kindest, the hardest person, and no, I'm not a Gemini. Because a lot of people be like, oh, you textbook Gemini. I'm an air sign though. I'm analytical. So, um, and punch. TV punch. We're gonna start with the nonsense. Oh, y'all laughing already. Humans be BS. Yo, I'm really trying to like humans, like, but y'all make it so difficult. Like, Lupe is so damn full of himself, nauseating. He reminds me of abusive, narcissistic father, a condescending, and they make you feel the gaslighting. He should tattoo that on his head. A gaslighting fool, narcissistic fool, because he make you think like it's your fault. Like we're crazy. The audience is not dumb. Well, some of them are, but most of us are not, and that's why they attack. Y'all don't need to be supporting these people, and it's so funny because it's like on my little piece of YouTube, I feel like I'm keeping it real, or at least we think we're keeping it real. But yeah, you see the super chat rolling for these people and all this and that. You get me? Don't support none of that. Don't support any of that. Your hard-earned money. Don't support any of that. Yeah, he could take his skateboard and his superstar nonsense and just whatever. So where we want to start with? Dear Lord. Well, I wrote so many notes. It's scary, actually. The truth, unfiltered. How you doing? Dot already knew this about all of them. Why do you think he don't interview with anybody? Thank you, freaking thank you. He sticks to with legitimate print media. Now here's the thing. Another thing on the agenda that I couldn't fit in the title is PG Lang, which I put a little video up just now. PG Lang and TDE differences. If y'all know me and y'all getting to know me and y'all been in a couple of my lives, how many times have I said that there are fundamental major differences between TDE and PG Lang? And I'm not saying that they don't love you right now. Speak it, Miss Lady Elaine. Thank you. High five, Mama. But how many times? Listen, Kendrick could have loved. It's like a family member, y'all. Y'all have any toxic family members that you like, you know what? I can't get rid of my mom. I can't get rid of, always gonna be my mom. That's always gonna be my uncle, my aunt, or whatever, my cousin. But they're toxic as hell. And you gotta keep your distance. And I'm not saying TDE is toxic or whatever, because they probably mean well and everything, but there's fundamental difference. Kendrick has love for those people. Don't play about those people and everything. But you don't think he wants to run business differently? Look at how they move. And a lot of people be like, oh, why are you speaking for Kendrick? Are you his cousin? Maybe. You get me? Put a pin on that. We'll discuss that later. Are you working with PG Lang? Maybe. I put a pin on it. Maybe I'm not. Maybe, who knows? I love the ambiguity. But the point is, we see how Kendrick moves. I'll wait. Okay, J. Cole met with TDE. I was waiting for the meeting with Kendrick. J. Cole don't. Where was the meeting that Kendrick had with J. Cole? Oh, I'm sorry. 10 years later, it's still, no, 25 years later, it still ain't happening. Kendrick rather watch paint dry the marathon. He rather, I don't even know. He rather just do everything by the way he moves. That's what we're going on. By the way he moves. Did he meet with J. Cole? No, he didn't. Did he meet with Lupe? You think he gonna meet with Lupe? And TDE is not gonna be speaking for Kendrick. He's speaking for himself. And you know that when we discussed that, TDE, well, we may as well say, discuss this now. TDE put out a statement, and it's in the last video. He was like, had a great conversation with bro, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's all fun and games. It's all, listen, because he ain't dissing you. Because he ain't dissing you, my guy. He ain't dissing you, my guy. Right? Confirmation. Um, and besides, let's see what Kendrick thinks, right? You know there are fundamental differences between Punch and Kendrick. Because when Kendrick let Punch hear some of the songs on Euphoria, uh, um, Punch was like, you might have to dial it down a little bit. And Kendrick dialed it back because that song Euphoria was supposed to be longer. He dialed it back a bit, but that goes to show you Kendrick is a complete savage when he had enough. And all these people dying for Kendrick's attention. It's like, me, they're pick me's. Pick on me because he wants to go viral. His career has been on a decline. Lupe's career has been on a decline ever since he had that problem with Atlantic, with his record company. Let's see what y'all saying before we get started. PG Lang. Yeah, Diego, thank you. I keep telling people will be like, no, why are they two different companies? Kendrick could have just stayed there. Things that make you go, Kendrick could have just stayed there and be like, no, because he has his own voice. And the way they move, him and Day Free are strategic and not messy, classy. This is what makes them sexy, respectfully. Decorum, grown man shit, right? They're not going to be, who the hell? Listen, some of us are busy. Some of us got a bunch of jobs. Do you have time to be in a live arguing and kicking and screaming with somebody? Some of us regular folks don't have that kind of time. Y'all gotta be cooking dinner. You gotta be cleaning your house. You got stuff to do. You got bills to worry about. You get me? So what kind of, he talking about 20 million records sold. And you got time to be in a bunch of lives and in people's chat and spamming chats and doing all this and that. Where is Kendrick in a live arguing with y'all? I remember when Kai and I opened his mouth and was talking about, I got a big surprise, and everybody was like, from TD, and everybody was like, ooh, Kendrick's coming to your live. Ninja, please. I'm gonna just say that. Please. Psychotic, these people. They get on, these humans get on my nerves. So damn full of himself. Yeah, Care Bear doesn't go on the veil mostly aggressive. I'm trying to read y'all. Thank you so much for commenting. Dinner with Schmucks. This is why. Facts, madman. Thank you. Facts been talking slick about Kendrick. It's a bunch of Lupe and Jid looking like, yeah, Jid baby, Jid. And Lupe, that looked like Lupe's son. It's like Pooh Shiesty and his father committing crimes, but these are different. These are crimes of the culture. So Jid and his lookalike little father, Lupe. And if you give Jid Jid is trying to kind of be quiet. If you give him a little bit more of a mic, like pretty soon when he gets completely frustrated, he gonna crash out too. When he gets completely frustrated, and I'll be right here to create the content for y'all, and we'll be right here to discuss it. This is therapy. We're gonna pack him out. I'm sorry. This is fun to me. Cause I don't really like a lot of humans. So if y'all give me a reason, like nah, then I'm gonna have fun. Cause and we speaking facts. We're educating somebody on something. The whole shit crazy. Diego said. Dot knew this. Lupe lost his bat. He bad shit crazy. Crazy as hell. Let me see. Madman said, "Don't watch none of them content creators because they are nothing but stands." Right, disguising as, I'm journalistic bias, No, I'm unbiased. Journalism unbiased. Yes, they are. They are biased as hell. They've been friends for years, and it shows. And it shows. Yeah, then now they, and it shows. They look so crazy on that thing. They look so freaking crazy. They look like as crazy. See, y'all like when I be doing these things. They look crazier than a waterproof sponge up in that panel. they just look slow. Like, did you see that? And when Lupe, in that video that I put, when Lupe was like, yeah, you know, Justin, me and you be talking, and behind the scene, he was just, Justin was just like smiling, you know, like empty smile. It's like emptiness, and drinking his water, you know. Just, I couldn't watch the whole thing. I just looked at clips and was like, enough, enough is enough. I appreciate that you acknowledge the difference between PG Lang and TDE. I get the metaphor about toxic family. You can love from a distance while you do your own thing. Care Bear don't care. 20 million sold, but he looks homeless. And 20 million sold, yeah, including his soul. He sold his soul along with it. And he did that over his poppy sounding songs. You get me? If you are. And by the way, Lupe, if you are a star where you say you are, then act like it. Then, you know, but have no fear, because Kendrick's here. We could redo your lyrics too. Truth, I'm a Gemini. June 1st, I can relate to Gemini. Facts. The subliminal with Jid and stuff like that. Yeah, Diego said disgusting behavior sellout. All right, so where did this start from? Yeah, this content creators, be careful who you give your money to and your time to. And it's so funny because some of us small content creators, we don't get like all those support, you know what I'm saying, and we speaking truth, and we just like small, but we're gonna stay authentic, because whoever follows us, it follows us, and that's it. I don't care. Imagine, I don't want, and there's millions of people that watch my content, but I don't want every idiot following me if we don't resonate, because we're gonna you know, we're gonna bump heads. So, so how did this start? I'm gonna give you like a quick, my interpretation of how this thing started, and yeah, how it began. So, okay, so here's a quick timeline. How it started. Lupe came out in 2005, by the way. He's been doing it longer, so he should have polished his skills. He should have been better. He had plenty of time. He had a head start, okay? He had a head start. Lupe wasn't mentioned in the control verse, okay? For the people that don't remember, Lupe was not mentioned in the control verse, and that's where he got his panties in a bunch. That's one of the reasons he got his panties in a bunch. And also, there's other little things as well. And he was hinting on that Culture Divided, that he has a secret that him and Justin know, and that L knows what's up, and all this and that, and like a big revelation. Okay, we'll put it out, and I don't care what it is. So 2012, this is the beginning, guys. In 2012, Kendrick had a music Still Matters tour, okay? 2012. He was in Lupe's city, and Lupe Fiasco came out as a surprise, you know, to the audience and everything. When that dude came out, they all look, don't it sound just like Drake's story? It sounds just like J. Cole. J. Cole brought him out. It's the same thing. They're twins, right? Lupe comes out, and he gives him the Next Big Thing award, which is, I guess, an award that goes on in his city or whatever, and he gives and presents Kendrick Next Best Thing award, which is a hype, you know, major thing, right? Okay, so he gives him that award. Then that's 2012. All right, 2013. Kendrick puts out the control verse, okay? The control verse. The control verse. So let's look at the lyrics just to refresh our memory. The beginning. And by the way, that was Big Sean's song. It may as well be Kendrick's song, because ain't nobody got time for that. Nobody remembers that it was his thing. So Big Sean, nobody remembers. It's like, you got pointed to your head, name his lyric, Big Sean's lyric, pointed to your head. I'm dead. So let's see, Kendrick. Okay, so let's see, where was that verse? Where he mentions all the people. Okay, but who's the best? Okay, who's the best MC? Kendrick, Jigga, and Nas. Eminem, Andre 3000, the rest of y'all. New ninjas don't get involved. I ain't rocking no more designer ish. Well, you know, he did a little bit more, but with decorum. Not just designer stuff. He supports other things. Then he goes on, he says, and that goes for Jermaine, Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, ASAP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Jay Electronica, Tyler, Mac Miller. I got love for y'all, but I'm trying to murder you ninjas. Trying to make sure your core fans, right, Drake? Core fans never heard of you ninjas. They don't want to hear no, not one more noun or verb from you ninjas. Not a verb, not a noun, not an alliteration, nothing. What is competition? I'm trying to raise the bar. See, he explained it for dummies. It's like Kendrick for dummies, and then they still don't get it. I'm trying to raise the bar, and boy, did he. That control verse just flipped the universe upside down. Who trying to jump and get it? Who wants to battle me? We could do this on camera, Crody. You're better off trying to skydive out the exit window of 5G5s with $5 grand with your granddad as a pilot. And then he went off and on. But like I said, so he said Jermaine, Cole, Big Crip, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, ASAP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Jay Electronic, Tyler, Mac Miller. I got love for you, but I'm trying to murder you niggas. Who's the best MC? Kendrick, Kendrick, Jigga, and Nas. Eminem, Andre 3000, the rest of y'all, new ninjas. Now, Lupe was not new. Lupe came out before him, but he didn't think it was important to mention him. So I forgot that was Big Sean's song. Will said, "Yeah, we didn't." This is why we gotta be meeting like this, because it's like, yo, remember such and such? No, oh yeah, that's right, that's Big Sean. It's like I said, name 3 verses pointed Big Sean verses on Control in a blicky pointed to your head. Boom, you're dead. You know, nobody even remember that was his song. So let's see. Edward said, "Real joke, just how I like how he killed that verse and aim. Yeah, both. Yeah, yeah. But who were the people that took it personal? I think J. Cole was one of them that took it personal. I know Sean was like, what in the good Lord is going on in my song? So he definitely took it personal, but he's too much of a sissy to do too much. Anyways, he's not man, you know. Drake definitely was knee deep in waters of his tears. And then there was the silent, little wannabe, like little wannabe gangster in the background, Lupe, who was like just hating from a distance quietly, like. And then other people literally said, like, he didn't mention me. Oh, okay. I guess that's kind of weird, weird that you didn't mention me, but, okay, whatever. And then it just penetrated. Put the sensitive rappers back in their pajama clothes, and it just penetrated for years and years. And it's like, you know what? I can't take it anymore, right? So that was 2013. That was 2013. Drake was all in his feeling. Drake was the one that was like, oh, I'm so sad that you I thought it was friendship. If it's F everybody, then it really should be F everybody. Remember when he said that? Sean let the genie out the bottle. Big Sean is clueless. Truth Unfiltered said. Diego said Sean let the genie out the bottle. They all took it personal, to be honest. J. Cole too, they all took it personal. And there were other people that probably took it personal that never came out and said anything, but are, drowning in a cup of tea. You get me? They're drowning in a cup of tea. Just making a big deal out of nothing, and don't have the whatever to even mention anything. And that's probably why their career was dismissed. They were like, let me exit my career quietly because I'm going nowhere fast, right? So 2013, Lupe been saying little nonsense for years, but then in 2019, Kendrick is asked about Lupe's backlash on Control, And he was just like, and one of the videos that, well, he's been asked for years, and one of the videos I put, the video before the last one that I just put, when Kendrick said, y'all gotta try harder, y'all gotta try harder, he said it like that, y'all gotta do better, beat me, that's the score to beat. You want to beat the big score, you could either complain online and cry like a baby and be a narcissistic pig, or you can put your effort and your energy into, hey, remember you were an artist, remember you were a rapper, right? Because he's over there, and MIT and John Hopkins, we see you. Like, that's who you hired to teach. That's who you hired to have. These rappers are average. Remember Miss Marianne? Nice to see you. They're average. They're average. Let me tell you, I know regular people that are way funnier than these guys. I know regular people that have a better attitude, that are more artistically inclined, that are better rappers in regular life. You see you seen my shorts and my mashups and people singing and the covers that people be singing and rapping. They are unsigned hype. But I don't understand, like the double XL freshman cover. I don't understand none of these medias that are going on. Complex definitely is not a friend of mine. That's an enemy of mine. Complex, I don't listen to none of these lists. It's ridiculous. Let's see what y'all saying. But King Kendrick on the other side, he was savage. Yeah, Asylum, how you doing? Big Crit didn't take it personal. He just responded with bars and kept it rapping. Meek Mill understood it was for the love of hip hop. Yeah, Meek Mill was straight. He was all right, along with Tyler Mack. Yeah, everybody. Yeah, there's some people that was straight. You get me? There was some people that be like, oh, okay, you think you're the best? Nah, I'm the best. Playful, fun energy. That's what rapping is supposed to be about. Like a competitive, like fade, like a funny fade, and exhibition within the game, like Kendrick said. But people that were keeping in their feelings are chaotic inside. They have a chaotic mind. They got more issues than that. They have more issues in their life if they're not mentally stable. They're not mentally stable. So 2018, Lupe calls out Kendrick. Drake said those were harsh words. Man, if you don't get your Drake, he should get slapped for that. He should get slapped. I'm gonna give you a real reason to cry. You know when your parents used to say that, I'm gonna give you pissed off for no reason. Now come here. Kendrick should have just did what he did in the Element video and just be like, man, sit your bitch ass up. You know what I mean? If it's really F everybody, it really should be F everybody. And then you want to just be, and then you just turn into a narcissist that think you could beat him, but inside he is low vibration, low self esteem. Look at those albums that he just put out. 43 songs of crybaby nonsense, of freaking nursery rhymes, cry for help, nursery rhyme cry for help. So in 2018, that's when Lupe started calling out. He called out Kendrick for copying, All the Stars, the song All the Stars of 2018-19, for copying his Drogas art, whatever. He thinks Kendrick copied his song or his video. And he just needed a reason to be whining and just complaining and stuff. He just been throwing shots left and right. And now is when he got the big cojones, right? Well, he thinks he got the big balls to. But look what's happening now. He has not been relevant since his he has not been relevant since he had his fight. When he had his fight, he has a fixation on Kendrick, by the way. He was battling his label. He was battling his label, and because he wanted creative control or what have you, I don't care. That's not an excuse for anything. So he hasn't been like popping since like the early 2000. He hasn't been popping. You get me? It hasn't been hitting. Because people are seeing what he really is, and also it's the intention you put in your music. If you sit down somewhere and you're like, yo, I want to make a great album, I want to make a great song, it shows, and you have lasting impression, and you have lasting, effects, positive effects, that and and return listeners. You have listeners that want to hear it because it's a good ass song. But when you just want to run a lick on, as I spoke in my previous lives, you just running a lick. Like you just trying to get quick money, and you're not working on yourself and saying how could I be a better person. Then all that reflects your low self esteem. And the flip side, it's like weird because it's like they low vibrational, but at the same time a narcissistic mind, egomaniacs, because when he saw that nothing was working, because people are like, why is he doing these lives? Because nothing is working. He over there teaching, right? Teaching rap. And then while he's teaching rap, one of my videos show that he's literally teaching about Kendrick is a genius, and he don't. And that's another thing. When you're a teacher, you have to have online decorum because you representing the staff. You know, you representing the organization now as well. So he's out there. You think they want a professor, a college professor with that type of behavior out there? Just calling people bitches and all this and that, and absolutely insulting his own fans. He's crazier. Like I said, he's crazier than a waterproof sponge. Let's see what he's doing. Drake is a freaking deadbeat. Drake has so many issues and no tissues. Like I said, Drake is in the pending file of hell because he got so many like litigious activities and litigation to do. If Miss Marianne said if Lupe really thought Kendrick copied his song, he would have sued. Exactly. But he claimed that, by the way. He's like, oh, look, it's the same. You use a star in your video. That's literally what he was talking about. It was nonsensical. Asylum says, it's funny, for the past decade, Dad had many in their feelings deep down. They don't want to rap smoke because they know he gonna that they gonna dog him, and yeah, and Kendrick is gonna annihilate them. He's gonna annihilate them in a rap battle. That's why he asked Drake, we could do this right now on camera, because if they did a versus of any sort where they're freestyling, y'all seen the freestyle video that I put, that Kendrick, I put it this week. Kendrick let a fan go on stage to freestyle with him. He's done that several times, by the way. I have 2 videos that show that. But the last one that I put shows a fan that had heart. You know, he wasn't great, but he did his best. He did better than Drake, you know, the fan. So he said, we could do this right now on camera. He is ready. He stays ready so he don't have to get ready. Do you think in this lifetime Drake or any of them will go on? Didn't Lupe try to freestyle real quick in one of the lives that he was on? And it was trash. It was trash. It was so trash. He started laughing. It was like, well, you know, no, I don't. Any rapper wants to rap. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So that's what happened. In 2024, in 2024, when the rap battles was happening and all this and that, Lupe decided that he will say, so we're finishing the Lupe timeline of what happened. He said that Drake is a stronger, pure lyricist than Kendrick because he done lost his God-given mind. You get me? And he's crying for attention. Like I said, these are all cries for attention and trying to go viral. You guys have to understand that. A lot of it is trying to be relevant because it's like, oh, everybody. But Lupe realized that him going relevant is people despising him. They cooked him online. They cooked him online. They were throwing, they dragged the living dog-ish out of that man online. And anybody that's supporting him. So he's like, the latest thing he said was like, I'm gonna step away from the lives and all this and that, because remember, a sensitive ass person, like grown man that cannot control his sensitivity, because it's fine to be sensitive, but as long as, and empathetic, but as long as you keep your emotions in check. We keep our emotions in check. That's why the yin and yang balances. You have to know when to be be firm and when to let down your boundaries. And he is just in his feelings, right? So he's gonna internalize everything that people are saying. He's gonna, if somebody's in everybody's life, he's reading the comments. And that's why the audience was having a blast just just walk dragging this man because he's reading every comment. And he popped in many people. He popped in like 7 people. He might be in here right now. Oh, it's not gonna go well for him though. Edward said if Lupe sued Kendrick for copying him, he will lose the lawsuit. Drake lost it. Yeah. Truth Unfiltered, I think they are mad because it went viral and Billboard picked it up and wrote an article. Billboard is bigger than Culture United, right? But he was mad before Billboard picked it up, because I'm watching this timeline, and he was already mad, but of course he was piping mad. He was worse. He was pissed. The level of festivity had risen when Billboard picked it up, and because he's like his wanting to get clout is backfiring. Things didn't go how he thought it would go. Things did not go how he thought he would go. He is destroying his legacy. So he's going to be known as a loser, as a sore loser that couldn't put any effort into his work and and he didn't bow down gracefully either. So it's backfiring. It's backfiring. And that's why he only now is going to go on lives with people that support him, because he tried that. Look at the video I just put. He tried that on several lives, and they were like giving him pushback. They were, and it was only the Culture United that was like trying to support him. Let's see what y'all saying. Man, Lupe Fiasco kept referencing and mentioned Drake every time. Yeah, he's listen. It's like Cat Williams said. There's God's side and the other side. At the end of the day, you got to pick a side, or the side will be picked for you. You got to pick a side. You cannot tell me tell me who you hang with, and I'm gonna tell you who you are. Tell me who you hang with. You think me and Drake will hang? Yo, I'll catch you. The quickest case I will catch, because I'll be like, man, I swear from God, you come in my face. You get me? Not promoting violence or anything, but it's like we would be fighting with words anyways. We'd be disagreeing. I couldn't be 5 seconds with that dude in a room. You get me? Because it's like, let's see what's under them achievements. Let's see what's under your weave. Let's see your patches that we saw on the Aiden Ross, live stream when you became a streamer. Remember his patches looked like a it looked like an old school map. It was like GPS rerouting. Respectfully, it was like the GPS when it takes you to a lake instead of and pathetically emphatically taking you leading you to a dead end lake instead of your destination. That's what his head looked like. So let's see what's under them achievements, and let's see, like Kendrick said, let's see what's under them them lace fronts. Lupe think that BBL Drizzy is better than that's what he's only doing that for clout, and also because we don't want him. So it's like he got to go with the other side. We don't want him. Let's see what say. Asylum says it's funny because the 3 songs that Kendrick and Big Sean that put belt to ass, like straight belt to wet belt to ass. Like I said, I think Kendrick does it on purpose. They are both a strong together, holy and belts. People are saying, hey, do you want to see a song with Lupe and Kendrick? No freaking thank you, not at all. No. And those energies will clash. You understand? They're not resonating at the same frequency anymore at all. So those energies will clash. They will clash. It's like nasty energy, and I don't want to intermingle. Now, there's people that be like, oh, for the culture, I just want to see, like, put all that whatever aside. No, we can't. We can't, because you're not going to be like, and I don't want to be too extreme, but I'm going to be too extreme. A person that grapes. Oh, put that aside because he could rap. No. A person that hurt people, or a person that is disgusting and demoralizing and insulting. You just put it aside because he got bars. He don't got no bars. He don't got nothing but his skateboard. Dusty skateboard. Truth and filter. He wanted clout and got a pity. And he got a pity part. He got roasted. He got roasted. He wanted clout and to go viral, and now he might lose his job at the colleges, because one of them colleges might have one common sense You know what I mean? It's only college. They should be intellectual or something. And one of them is going to be like, wait, your online behavior is despicable. My guy, your online behavior doesn't go with our motto. It doesn't go with our mission statement. You get me? It doesn't. Whoever hired him, it's like, no, no, thank you. Um, yeah, Miss Marianne. Let's see, Miss Marianne said Kendrick would not waste his time in these with these lame rappers. That's what I'm saying. Kendrick will not give the time of day for a visit, for a conversation. That's why they're like, oh, Kendrick don't answer his phone. No, no, he don't care. Neither would I. You get me? But on the other hand, TDE, and you know TDE Punch, like I said before, TDE Punch said, oh, we had a great conversation or whatever. And what do I have to say? Like, TDE Punch said he had a great conversation. And this is with Lupe, that everything's great and everything's perfect. Listen, the apology of Lupe to Kendrick has to be as loud as the disrespect. And it never will, because he has already hit below the belt, my guy. You know what I mean? You hit too far. And Kendrick, if Kendrick drags you in his next tour, oh, it's going to be epic. If Kendrick puts a phrase, you're gonna be a meme. Kendrick's gonna turn your career into a meme if he does one phrase on you or one reference on you, because Kendrick actually knows the history. This is the thing. When all of them were young and everything, Kendrick was observant. You get me? Kendrick was watching them and internalizing everything that they did and realizing, does this, and balancing it out. Does this resonate with me? That's why he stopped messing with Drake, and he stopped messing with Drake early when he was still in his 20s, immediately after meeting him. So the same thing holds true. There's a reason why Kendrick doesn't do certain things. And so this is what I have to say. And how do y'all feel about, let's say, somebody that you don't get along with? Let me put this out to the chat. Are my enemies your enemies? Let's say we're friends and somebody hates on me or whatever. Somebody's hating on you, but I'm your friend. I'm gonna be friends with them. Like, I don't know, how does that work for y'all? I'm gonna put a pin on that. Y'all can say how y'all feel about that, because that's kind of weird. To me, it's like, if somebody's disrespecting my homie, I ain't messing with them. I'm not messing with them. And with Punch, look, this is the quote that I have. Remember when Kendrick said, put 3 fingers in the air, the sky is falling, the wind is calling, stand for something or die in the morning. High power. Take your power back. TDE Punch. Take your power back. Stand for something or fall for nothing, or die in the morning. You get me? So what do I mean by that? Yeah, that's cool that he's trying to be nice, and he's probably a really nice guy and gives him grace and everything. But have you heard what he said about Kendrick and Glasses and all of them? Like, have y'all heard what they're saying about Kendrick? And not for nothing, but Absol was just with him in May. Like, they were performing on stage, him and Lupe, I think. Put a pin on that. Put that in the pending file for later. You get me? I wouldn't be nowhere near. So Punch was out of pocket with that statement. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I love my community, because the people that resonate with me are like, wait a daggone minute, what in the hell are you doing, Punch? You get me? Because Justin said, the company man said that he called Punch and that they smoothed it out. Punch done met with J. Cole. They done met with whoever. You get me? I don't know how they move, and maybe they're very forgiving. And I know, like, when Joey Badass was just bad mouthing, and he was just doing it for clout. But even Joey Badass wasn't as crazy as Lupe. Absol was rapping with him, and he did a good job with the freestyle and everything. He's like, Joey, you put me in a tough predicament. Kendrick's my syndicate, like he kind of was like, you put me in a tough predicament. It is a tough predicament. If somebody is literally like disgracing your friend, oh, we had a great conversation. And now another thing about Punch, before we finish talking about Punch, he's not the words of Kendrick, so he can't speak for Kendrick, and he was not the one being disrespected. You understand? So he can't speak for Kendrick, And what is Kendrick saying? Crickets, crickets, crickets. Kendrick is not paying attention to him. What has Kendrick been doing? What has Kendrick been doing? He's been signing deals and partnerships with the NBA. He's been preparing Baby Keem for the Grammys performance. He's been everywhere. He's been sponsoring new school development, Centennial High School, new high school project. You understand, for remodeling the schools and providing funds for the new building. Reimagine. Oh, I'm sorry. You think he got time to be in a live or to be meeting with liars? So that's why I think Kendrick is going to be moving differently. And I'm not Kendrick's spokesperson, but let's see how Kendrick moves. This is how what we got from Kendrick. How does he move? What has he been doing? Look at Lupe and look at Kendrick. So I wish Shirley Johnson, how you doing? He said, I wish TD would not be so close to Kendrick enemies that goes with J. Cole, Lupe, or anybody else. And to me, those are things that make me go, remember that back in the day? That makes me be like, what the hell? And me giving them grace is me saying they're probably very nice and they just, oh, let's all get along. But what made Kendrick great is his savage way of rapping, is his passion, his extreme passion. His punches, his lyrical punches. That's what makes him great. He can't be subtly just being like, oh, you've been disrespecting me. Oh, Drake, you wanted, DNA tests on my kids. Let's just shake hands. Yo, it's a no. It's a no. That it don't sit well with me. Before I call a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. That's what Kendrick said. Before I call a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. So if Kendrick said that, you think he was playing? He's like, oh no, these are just love taps. And then look at how he's moving. So that should tell you the fundamental differences between PG Lang and TDE. Asylum thing, I think depends on the situation, because just because it's close friend doesn't mean my friend is always correct. Right. But look at Lupe. Has Lupe been disrespectful? Has Lupe been downgrading Kendrick's projects efforts? Has Lupe been bad mouthing Kendrick unprovoked? Kendrick hasn't been doing anything but working unprovoked. So if somebody, you got to figure out who's right and wrong, who's doing the right thing and who's not doing the right thing, and who keeps bad mouthing who. And he won't shut the hell up. He needs to shut the hell up forever. You know what I'm saying? He needs to shut the hell up forever. So if somebody, and you're right, if your friend is not doing it right, let's say Kendrick's the one bad mouthing and wasting time in a lie, I'll be like, boy, if you don't sit your ass, if you don't sit your ass, I'll make some change. You get me? If you don't, man, we be tussling, we be playing. It's like Twister, but like fighting for real. You get me? I'll put this boy in the hell. I'll be like, oh, we gonna be enemies then if you don't agree, because I'll tell you exactly what you're doing. If you my friend, I'll be like, you doing too damn much. I'm about to leave. I'm getting out of here. We can't hang. I can't hang because I don't really like humans that much, and you are being an idiot. So it's like, boom, we're enemies then. Unless you're a true friend that be like, why you think that? I'm like, because you did this and that and the third. And, you got to understand. So what type of friend? I only like authentic relationships. I only like authenticity. If I'm doing too much, there's people that be like, man, you being a little too this and that. Okay, I reflect on it. You got to have a certain level of reflection, of shadow work, where you sit down and you're like, let me just look at what I'm doing from a different perspective. Because Lupe is about to lose it all. Lupe is about to lose it all. Because this put a sour taste in people's mouth, like I said. He's about to lose it all. The more, Shirley said, the more they come at Kendrick, the bigger his and bolder he gets. His power gets. They haven't noticed. I don't know about these things, but it's like Vegeta and Dragon Ball Z. It's like, that's what I think he was doing on Euphoria. He was like, harnessing power, and they keep giving him so many awards that when I upload an award and I put a post like Kendrick won an award, there's another award that he won. I never heard of these awards. Some of these awards, I'm like, oh, what is that? So they don't and that's what's burning them too, that they see Art is life. How you doing? The industry unfortunately isn't built on having genuine relationships. But that doesn't, and Marcel Brooks, how you doing, period. Don't fuck with Kendrick, period. I don't give a fuck who you are. Thank the hell out of you. High five. Yeah, don't mess with Kendrick. Just don't mess with him, because listen, don't y'all realize, and this is spiritual talk a little bit, the more they mess, like you guys were saying in the chat, the more they mess with Kendrick, the worse their karma gets. Oh, some people that don't believe in karma, yo, then call it consequences if you're uncomfortable with the word karma. But look at the minute that Lupe started bad mouthing Kendrick, look at where he's at. He had, and not nothing against teaching or everything, and that's cool that he's teaching, but it's like that's mostly what he's doing. You and I know he wants to have an album. He want to have the same success as Kendrick. Well, move like Kendrick moves. You got 24 hours. What you mad for? We got the same 24 hours. What you mad for? What does Kendrick do in 24 hours? Spend time with family, work. He's cooking up something amazing. He got a movie coming up too. What did you do with your 24 hours, Lupe? You spent 3 of those just crying in a live and cursing like a grown ass toddler. You know what I'm saying? Just boo-hooing and putting everybody down. You're dumb. You're stupid. You're this. You're that. Because nobody agrees. A lot of people didn't agree. And Kendrick wants just authentic relationships. That's why he's like, yo, if I'm gonna keep my day ones, the same people who we got, Soundwave, we got this one, and a couple of new ones like uh some of the new producers that he's worked with, but he just keeps the same people around. Why does Kendrick keep the same people around? Because you can't trust these people. You cannot trust them, and he don't care about numbers. He doesn't care about numbers. If he cared about numbers so badly, he would have just did any. He would have just been doing bangers that you could just dance your ass to. Don't say nothing substantial and just bangers out the wazoo. You get me? But he can do bangers and substance. He keeps it authentic, and he cannot resonate with friendships that are fake. It's not gonna happen. That's why he said, "Oh, I got 16 enemies." But how many from now? From whacked out murals to now, respectfully, I think it's 30. Kendrick, I think you got more than 30 people in this industry that is just pissed off, mad, or just whatever. Kendrick Lamar studied the book of 48 Laws of Power. Yeah, he knows, and I know a lot of people be like, oh, they're against the 48 Laws of Power, but it's kind of textbook. If you know, you know, because it says when you put your foot on the gas on somebody's neck, keep it there until your enemy is destroyed, and know when to pull aside, know when to use the power of silence. So he probably took a little bit of this, a little bit of that, knowing he's a divine masculine. He's in his highest vibration. He has done the work. He has looked within himself and saw his faults and saw how he could be a better person. He's always trying to improve, and he's trying to improve others. So he's going to get blessings upon blessings. Lupe, Artist Life said, would be better off dropping off music, expressing his issues rather than talking. Yeah, Lupe, let me tell you, there's a way out of all of this. I say it all the time. There's a way out of all of it. We're not going to forget the disrespect. Like all of them could turn their life around. Like Drake, all that stuff. But it has to be extreme. And they're not willing to go extreme. Drake could drop the lawsuit. Just chill for a while. Don't be posting nonsense online. Done with the freaking subliminals. And just make his little ass bangers. And if he does interview, he got to talk for real. He got to come correct. He got to be like, look, I was upset because, it was embarrassing. The same thing I did to Meek Mill was done to me, and it didn't taste so good, and then he could just be real. But they fight authenticity. They are the enemies of authenticity. They're not going to do it. Lupe Fiasco could put his energy in the freaking music. He could put the energy in his music, or turn into a real skateboarder, do real competitions and just be like, move on with your life, or just be a teacher and just shut the hell up, and come with a real apology. They could turn around and be humble. Sit down, be humble. They refuse. So they just were like swallowing karma. They like drowning in a sea of karma. They're like, give me more. You had enough. Give me some more. They wouldn't even get close to that. Dave Free looked like he about that life. Dave Free's been about that life, and that's weird. He's so elegant and nice looking. He's a looker, but Dave Free was the total crash out. They all said that Dave Free was out of control. Wherever they go, he would be. He caught little cases. You know what I mean? He just would be turned the place upside down, fighting, doing everything. Can you picture that? He grew up nicely. He grew up nicely. So, let's talk about some of these issues that we're having with these lives and this situation. Um, so one of the things that Lupe's stupid takes are he's been looping. It's like a loop from hell. He a lot of these rappers have named things, manifested. They use the law of manifestation. They have manifested their destiny. His name is Lupe Fiasco. He wanted to be a fiasco, and here he is. This is his destiny. His destiny was to be a hot mess, and I fixed his name. I called him looping because he's just been in a loop of hell, of stupidity. Um, you know. So, and the fall off. J. Cole with the fall off. He fell off. You manifested the fall off. Drake, Iceman, he's stuck in time. He's frozen in the same moment that Kendrick beat his ass. He's stuck in the same moment that Kendrick. They named themselves properly. Hey, kudos to them. Kudos to them. They named themselves properly. Yeah, they named themselves and their albums properly. What that did was worse than Ja Rule. Man, Drake just had crazy longevity and popularity. Oh, I love every second of it. That makes the day bright and the sunshine. I just love every second of what Kendrick did. And if he's willing to do round two, I'm willing to film it. I am willing to film it. Sponsor me. I'll be there. Kendrick, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I knew Drake's karma was gonna be bad. I knew that he was gonna meet a rapper or somebody that it was a matter of time that he was gonna get that ass beat. I knew it. I was like, "What you having fun with Meek Mill? When your turn come around, that thing is gonna be nuts." Yep, Drake in that out cage looking crazy. They all looking stupid. And then you want to know the funniest thing about them all looking stupid? They don't know what to do next. You notice that? They don't know what to do. So they keep doing idiotic things and they get stupid surprises. Remember when I said last week in the live that Drake wakes up like this with the covers like, oh no, he's afraid to look at his phone and whatever because Kendrick keeps winning and he keeps getting embarrassed and more lawsuits and more paper and more paper. And J. Cole just was like, you know what? I should have stayed hidden. Where is J. Cole? J. Cole should have stayed hidden. But he talking about he might have a tour. That's an embarrassment tour. He's gonna help Kendrick drag him. If he does a tour, he's gonna help Kendrick drag him. Drake is also talking about a tour. They help Kendrick. And Lupe, don't even say the word tour. Lupe, don't you can even say the word tour. Freaking idiot. And now Lupe said, you probably won't see me for a while. He said, you probably won't see me for a while. But these are some of the things. I don't even know what he's teaching. So, the problem with Culture Divided, the reason why I think it's a Culture Divided program, right? I'm never going to forgive Drake, even if he dropped the lawsuit because he could have fixed this in a long time, right? This is a way that he could be neutral. I'm never gonna forget. You think I'm gonna rock with Drake ever? Yo, this Drake is only gonna be a meme in my channel, as he has been. Drake is only on my channel to inform people of the stupidity that he does and to just laugh at him. You get me? Yeah, TNG said, no, we're not gonna forget. We're not gonna forgive Drake for the stuff. Let me tell you something. Once you mess with somebody's kids, you literally talking about, you can you want can you get drug, a paternity test to see if those kids are yours. Man, get the hell out of here. No, get the hell. I can't wait for Kendrick to continue beating his ass and dragging him all across other countries. So the reason, so yeah, we're not gonna forget, but they could neutralize the situation. Is what I'm saying. They could just sit down. You get me? Like, we just want them to shut the hell up forever, and to sit somewhere or go away or go to the center of the earth and let me know what's in it, Tootsie Rolls or whatever. So this is why the culture is divided. Why I named it the culture divided. Um, they're doing imbecilic behavior, imbecile. I'm trying to use the words that YouTube won't, bug out. So they allow Lupe to do a self-serving agenda, to go there, and he said a lot in the stuff that he said there, because he was the most important thing that he said to me was, the most telling stuff is when he said to Justin and the other idiot girl, those two, he was like, what we talked about, like, it's in my last video that I just uploaded. What we talked about, and what we said, and how I feel, Justin. What happened. Like, he knows, like, some big top secret, right? So now y'all know how these content creators really feel, right? So this is the problem. They were passive enabling, okay? A passive enabler. So it's like, let's say you getting your ass beat, you literally, somebody is putting some serious belt ass, or just like, you need help, and somebody just records it, right? Somebody just recording it, like, oh, for content. That's what they did. They knew that the name Lupe was gonna bring in a bunch of content. They don't care. They keep having the same panel of idiots. Like, I don't know who these people. I don't care. Like, they had nothing to say. No, hard hitting questions. Like I said, what makes somebody a great journalist, or just a good content creator, it's like, if you have somebody in your life, you're gonna ask some questions. You're gonna make sure that you get to the bottom of what the people are asking, what everybody's curious about. That's what makes it a good interview. Are you just gonna? And that's why that Nessa girl, that other girl, she don't get respect from me, because she don't ask no hard hitting questions. The one that interviewed J. Cole, she was just letting that boy just run his mouth. So they are an enabler. They enable his agenda. That's what he wanted. That their silence is complicit. They are going along with everything that he said. So, in an effort not to be biased, they are biased, because he was disrespecting Kendrick, and they were just like, okay. Then he disrespected Nas. He said, I have it in my last video. He said, if you take everything away, the beats, if you take this away, if you take that, and just leave the words or whatever, Nas is really not a great lyricist. If you watch that, and the people that were in that chat, I wasn't gonna be in that. I don't want that. I just waited for like clips and just looked at some clips real quick, because I'm not sitting there. I don't know how long that live was, but I heard enough. And for people to be like, oh, you got to hear the whole lot. No, I don't. Because the chat looked like they were going crazy. They were going against that content creator. They were like, yo, how y'all going to sit there and say that about Nas? He doesn't have respect for people that came before him. A complete spoiled brat, right? You're going to say that Nas is not lyrical? And then that's another thing that they say. They keep saying, oh, Kendrick doesn't have punchlines. Are you crazy? Kendrick has the most punchlines that we can't even get them out of our head. We be stimming, like with his stimmies, for days, for years, for months. Justin wants to be Joe Budden. And Joe Budden, I don't like Joe Budden either. The list of people is rather small that I do like. I don't like Joe Budden either. He's the biggest panderer. He goes back and forth, and he said that Iceman was great, that the album was great. And even the kids, even the teenagers, were making fun of the Iceman songs. They made it viral. And Joe Budden looked like he got a check all of a sudden. So they were a silent group. They just bystanders. They want the content, because look how many people were in that live. Now here's the thing. If you and then collecting super chats like crazy, I'd rather give my money to an ATM that doesn't work. Like, I'd rather give my money to so many different things. Like, are you kidding me? And a lot of, you know what somebody said in the chat? Somebody was saying, the funniest comment that I read was, one of his subscribers said, well, the unsubscribe button is going to be busy today. Like, that's what they were saying in that live. The unsubscribe button is going to be busy. That's literally what they said. That is outrageous. Like, that just goes to show you the sentiment. Don't support people that you see that don't resonate. um yeah, I rather give my money to subscriptions that I forgot to cancel. Like, I'd rather give my money to anything. They're just sitting there, but they want to be journalists. And this is the thing, because the company man, like, yeah, he's respected. He has a lot of industry networks and all that. But remember one thing, Lupe was like selling out, concerts, and he can't do 47 stadiums, but he was like a superstar as well at one point, selling out and moving units and all this and that. But just because they're famous, just because you have connections, doesn't mean that we got to respect you, or doesn't mean that you earn your respect. So these are the people that people support, and now everything is being discovered. Marion said, "Culture divided is just trying to be relevant and not be journalists and not be true journalists." But he started, so that's a dichotomy for him, because he wanted to be like, and he said I've seen a couple of his videos and stuff, and a few months back, before everything, and he wants to be unbiased. He wants to have a journalistic point of view, and they had a journalistic opportunity with Lupe to ask and address with all the things that he's been saying and all the things that he's been doing, to see if he falls under those beliefs, right? And they just let this man just simmer in hate. They just let, and then that's another thing. They ignore the chat. The chat was on fire. The chat was going crazy, and they just let this happen. They didn't, and all these people were giving super chats. People were talking about that they wanted their super chat money back. That's how crazy it was. They wanted the super chat money back, and they weren't even reading super chats. Because what happened was, people were giving super chats that were against Lupe, and were roasting him, were letting him have it, and they chose not to read any of those super chats at all. They only put up the ones that people were saying, they only put up the ones that people were saying, like, oh, this is a great live. This is a great live. So the audience is in disarray, and on that side. It's just like hateful content creators that are just enjoying the viral, because it has like 40,000 views. So we'll see what happens with that. So then he's going on all these, he's been disrespecting people. He has been calling people out. The fans are turning on him. On Twitter, it's going crazy. On TikTok, it's going crazy. People are real life turning on him, and I don't know what his next move is. I don't know. But do y'all think that he's really gonna pull away? I think this is part of a rollout. I think this was like the J. Cole rollout. I think that he has something that he's working on, and he was trying to pave the way for it. And if this wasn't even a rollout, then he's extra stupid, because this is just killing himself for no reason. So and those are some similarities between Drake and J. Cole and Lupe and Jid and The Game. They're all doing the same thing. The Game was, at first he was trying to sign Kendrick, was like, yeah, I was gonna sign him. He was trying to sign him. Then he got more disrespectful. Then he straight up just went to Drake's side and was flown in by Drake to have, I guess, another candlelight dinner. You know, with his Drake was having a candlelight dinner with his concubines, you know, and one by one, first, you know, Game, and then DJ Academics, whatever. So he, where is he now? None of these people. That's what I'm saying. And the Game was with Diddy for 2 years and did nothing. They didn't do music. Didn't do anything. None of these people are putting any type of work into their craft. They don't care about the music. They don't care about fans. They don't care about anything. It blew up in his face. Yeah, it blew up in his face. So the same thing with Jid. How is Jid similar to Lupe? Because he was like, oh, want to get so close to Kendrick. It's like an obsession. All of them are obsessed with Kendrick. 100% obsession. All of them are have a fixation. And I don't think they're gonna apologize. I don't think Lupe is gonna apologize to Kendrick because what he did with Punch is like, oh, I'm cool with Punch, so you know, me and Kendrick, it's all fun in the family. Stop trying to let Punch speak for Kendrick. That was Punch's relationship. You know, J. Cole, just because you met. And remember, when J. Cole, who's moving the same way, was like, oh no, friendly, you know, I just want to work and be zen and I just apologize. Right after the apology, do they mean they keep doing backhanded compliments? He did Port Antonio right after the apology. So where was his sorry? They're not sorry, they're jealous, right? None of them are sorry. And where is his career now? The more they keep, Kendrick is a chosen one. The more they keep messing with Kendrick, the worse their freaking life is gonna turn. The worse their karma's gonna get. The more embarrassment that is there to be. That's why I said, bring me a barrel full of popcorn, not a bag, a barrel, because this thing is gonna go from zero to crazy. Where are they now? Okay, this is like the VH1. Where are they now? When you like used to like some of the sitcoms from the 90s, the early 2000s, and then you're like, oh, Saved by the Bell. Oh, I didn't know this person was a crazy drug addict, or this one was whatever. You get me? So it's like when you look back at your heroes, you know, at some of these people that people worship, it's like, where are they now? What are they doing? Oh, Lil K Dot? Oh, he's still working. He's selling out stadiums. He did the Super Bowl. Where are they now? Where's J. Cole? After he was in the Nanjing Monkey Kings with his basketball career. His basketball career was in, it should be in the Guinness World Record. It lasted 7 minutes. It was an actual 7-minute drill. And then what happened? There's rumors that he might go on tour, but like, bring in the popcorn. If he goes in on tour, that's gonna be the most humiliating tour. I want to say it here first. It is gonna be a humiliation ritual that he puts upon himself. Okay, where are they now? It's a humiliation ritual, and I cannot wait. They're making it so easy for Kendrick to bust that behind. They're making it it's so easy. The jokes are writing themselves. They're giving Kendrick the best alley oop to just destroy them, and all of them are paying with their career. Sorry, but they're all paying with their career. They're destroying what's left of their career. I don't care if they put out 10 albums. Look at Drake. Drake should be the spokesman of what happens to your career when you mess with Kendrick. Well, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm getting cooked. He's that meme. He's that meme. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm getting cooked. What happened when Kendrick busts your ass? What happens to your career? And what happens? You get more lawsuits. You get more whatever. Where's J. Cole, guys? Madman said facts. Musically, MC Game ain't lost a step, in my opinion. Okay. No, I mean, I feel you. I feel you. But I'm not interested in the Game. Like, think about LA. He literally went on the opposite side of LA. He literally is siding with somebody that mocks LA, that trolls LA, like Drake. Drake buys paraphernalia, wears Tupac shirts. He trolls LA. That's his character. So nah, I'm good on his bars. I'm straight. Like, nah, you good, money. Like, he can't be walking freely. LA, real ninjas hate him from LA. He don't represent the hood no more. Kendrick is being quiet. Watch all the crash out dummies. Kendrick is being quiet. Be very afraid. Kendrick is being quiet. Be very afraid. What do y'all think? Y'all don't think that he is cooking up something god awful? And he don't even have to do too much either. He don't have to do too much, but Kendrick is quiet. And the quieter, Miss Marianne, you are 100% right. The quieter Kendrick gets, the crazier their life, the haters' lives get. The crazier their actions. They're just like throwing themselves off the ship. They're just like, you know what? Goodbye, cruel world. The crazier it gets, the quieter. Imagine that. This man is chilling like that and looking at stuff and laughing, because I have videos of him doing that already, where he and text messages where people tell him, when like Hitter J3 was like, yo, they going crazy, and he's like, oh, they're going crazy, and Schoolboy and all of them, like, oh, they're doing this. He knows what's online. He's aware, but he does not put energy into that, or at least we don't see it. We judge people by their words and their actions. And he said, you know, I'd rather take him to hell with me. You know, there's no sympathy here. Yeah, let's see what y'all saying. The game was with Diddy because he knew that Puffy would treat him like a baddie with gifts and trips. Yeah, that's all they want. That's all he wants. And what do you think the game did for Drake? Put that in your pending file. Put a pin on that. I said this in my last live. What did the game do for Drake? He earned himself being flown in and a dinner. What, and probably jacuzzi time. I don't know. I just work here. What did the game do to deserve that? That's all he wants to be. He wants to be a baddie. You're 100% right, Asylum. He just wants to be a baddie. Won't you come out the goddamn closet already? Paint your nails. You know, do what you gotta do. Um, take your pills. Do what you gotta do, and just come out the closet or do whatever it is that you gotta do. He wants to be a baddie. Is 100% right. So that's the where. That's like, where are they now? You know, where are they now? Um, I have never seen so many people be so afraid of Kendrick's silence. They are there. And you know what's crazy? That they keep saying Kendrick is short and all this and that. Okay, so like, let's say 5'7", 5'6", 5'7" is short, right? But you just got bodied by a 5-foot ninja. You know what I mean? You just got body. And when Kendrick stands next to these guys are tall giants, all manly, and they're wuss. The real pussycats. Real pussycats, right? And you just got body. You were afraid, and that is so funny to me. Cause Kendrick is like small, like smaller than them. You get me? And that don't mean a daggone thing. I have to remember to put the boxing video back up. They're definitely afraid of somebody, and when he walks near them, it's like, dang, J. Cole is like 6'5". You know what I'm saying? And he is the biggest wolves. He is like the cowardly lion. You know, I think I can. I think I can. You know. We don't know these artists in real life. Let's see. Miss Shirley said Kendrick is silence is golden. I haven't seen it. I've never seen such a quiet person. Makes so many people lose their minds. And I want to be like Kendrick. I love every second. Backdooria activities. Yeah, Miss Shirley, I have never did twinsies again. Y'all resonate with me. I love being like that. I don't give energy. If you know me in real life, if somebody that disrespected me, it's like I don't exist. Poof, I'm gone. My whole number, everything is blocked. Report spam, like address, everything. It's like I'm in a witness. Yo, Kendrick is in a witness protection program. You know what he's protecting? One of my most viral videos is called Kendrick is protecting his energy. He is in the witness protection program. Kendrick done witness enough bullshit. Like, he is in a witness protection program that he put himself in. And I'm in the same way. If you don't, I get so disgusted, and it's hard. Like, I don't want to get to that point with anybody, because once I get to that point with anybody, it's like people want to they don't want to be my ex. They don't want to be, it's like I'm turned off. I'm like, I'm done. Like nothing. I see you completely different. It's like you're a different person to me. Your face changes. You look evil. You look crazy, disgusting. You have a dark cloud around you. Go to hell. Like I'm so done. I try to be undone, but I can't be undone. I can't go back. I can't. I tried. Trust me. I gave people a chance. Like, nah, I can't. They don't resonate. We would be fighting. We'd be wrestling in no time. Let me say, you're hilarious. Body by 5'6". Imagine that. And I've seen him near like other rappers and stuff, and he's like all like slim and but muscular, but it's like they tower over him, a lot of them, because these guys are tall, including Baby Keem. Baby Keem is a hella tall dude, okay? And it's like, you're afraid of him? Oh, look how cute he is. They call him a cutie patootie. It's the funniest thing. They're so the fear that they have of Kendrick should be studied. The fear that they have, and you know why I think they have fear? Because I think they see how it's like God's favorite child, one of God's favorite children, right? Because he's on a mission to enlighten, to inspire, to make people walk the straight path. They know. Do y'all think they know that messing with Kendrick will ruin your life? Let me say that again. Do you think they know? They have to see how. Who in the hell witnessed what happened to Drake and be like, me, I want some? Let me say it again. Who in their right mind? Yo, you gotta have a brain full of marbles, or you just gotta have a. It's like they're as stupid and crazy as like, I don't know, a squirrel in a wind tunnel. You get me? I don't know. A squirrel dodging traffic. They look crazier than a soup sandwich. I don't understand who would want to volunteer to be next. I want to be dragged. Drake did not go. His career did not go well after messing with Kendrick. I don't care if he puts out 53 albums, and he put out over 100 songs since the beef, and nobody cares. They're turning them things into nursery songs, nursery rhymes, and people are just stomping on it. They're destroying. They're like burning these songs. Nobody cares. Let me see. Um, Shirley said, "Yeah, Kendrick is one of God's favorite children, and he's on a mission." Um, so out their body, when it comes to Kendrick, and he don't say anything. The universe is taking care of these people. He don't do much. He don't say much. He doesn't do much, and the universe is putting belt to ass. They're like, "Oh no, we got you." You know what I'm saying? We got you. So he doesn't have to do much, but then when he does something, is detrimental. He is an assassin. He's a lyrical. He's a strategist. He is a strategist. Everything, and then it's so funny. Remember when when he wore the tuxedo, 2024, the Grammys, when he got 5 Grammys for Not Like Us. Oh my God, I was doing backflips in my house, boy. When I saw that, I was like a smooth ride to the ambulance, to the ER, because I done broke my hip almost, like just jumping up and acting a goddamn fool, because he waited. I know that his ring dropped, but I think that he waited to speak. Once his ring dropped, he picked it up, but then he went on stage and he didn't go straight to the microphone. He's a beautiful menace. Let me see if I can explain what he was saying. He was waiting for the song to say PDF file and A minor at the Grammys. He was like, yeah, I'm coming to the mic. Yeah, no, I'm coming. Yeah, no, I'm almost there. He was like, yeah, minor. Okay. Oh, how y'all doing? He's a strategist. He is a menace to society, to bad society, and I'm here for it. I will pay for it. Just like people complaining, all these people complaining, like, oh, Kendrick. Listen, I will pay Kendrick to have me on a song. F what you heard. I don't care about $10,000. The influence that this man has, put me on a track. I'll give you my life sentence. What's the little bit that I have? You can have it. Here, take all my money. You know what I'm saying? These guys are like, well, he didn't. only gave us 10,000. We don't even know if that's true. He probably gave them more. It's like, yo, take my 10,000, my firstborn, and my dog. You know what I mean? Like, please, for me to be on a Kendrick song, I sacrifice my neighbor stuff. you know, Drake will never be the same. He never gonna be the same. He's cooked. He's cooked, but he want to come up for more. The thing about a narcissist is that he's like, nah, I ain't done. I ain't never scared. Even though he has nightmares. Because if you listen to little tracks or just the memes that they're making or the little snippets of his album, it's a serious cry for help. Like, he needs to be in an insane asylum. No pun intended. He needs to be with a team of therapists. He the things that he said is completely incohesive, and they're dangerous to himself. And this album, it just looked like, and he is insane. Especially putting the cover of his mother and his father, and then in that album, he's just talking atrocities like thought behavior. And you put your mother on an album. I don't know what that album was. Hibbity Doo Dah, Hibbity Yay. I don't know which album it was. One of the 3 albums, trash albums that he came out with. Lupe don't know he's going to get turned into a song. Maybe not yet, but he next year. Oh, he don't he don't know that he's already being cooked. Like, his destiny is already designed to fail. He is on a fast track, a downward spiral, and he doesn't realize that the universe is already putting belt to ass. They're planning a beautiful exit for him of, just the having the limelight, having all these accolades. They know messing with Kendrick is a life career. Death sentence. This is what I want to know, Chad. Do you think they know? Or do you, I feel like they see it. They gotta see it. They gotta know. But they're fighting they're fighting egomaniac behavior and egocentric ideals that think that grandiose thinking of themselves. Because don't you think they saw what happened? Drake will never be the same. Lupe, yeah, don't know. They know messing with Kendrick's a death sentence. Shirley said Lupe being a college instructor having jeopardized everything he worked for because the largest group of people that are educated are black women. He's going to catch hell. He's already in hell. He just took a glimpse at what some of the comments, and remember, somebody that's that extremely sensitive and not have their emotions balanced or in check. He looked at them comments and he couldn't believe what people were saying. And he went on other content creators, and it didn't go so well. It was only on Culture Divided that things went okay for him. But things didn't go so well in the other content creators that lives that he was in. It didn't go so well. Not everybody gave him grace like that. Not everybody gave him grace. TV Punch said I went on Twitter, and TV Punch said that he is saying that he is PG Lang. Yo, is Punch losing his mind right now? Is Punch losing his goddamn mind? Punch saying that the battle between Kendrick and Lupe is not happening. What the heck? Yo, Punch I already posted what Punch said in my last video. That he said, we had a great conversation. Well, let me read what Punch actually said. Because this fool, please don't lose your mind too. Because here's the thing. Kendrick has decorum. For example, if he disagrees with his musical family TDE, he's not going to put it out there. You get what I'm saying? Let me see who understands the point that I'm trying to make. I'm trying to say it with, nice and decorum and everything. If he has disagreements, he's not going to put it out there. He's going to be classy about it, and he's going to keep a lot of stuff to himself, but you're going to see how he moves. And that goes with the Black Hippie album. It's in the balance of if it's going to happen or not. Kendrick takes everything into consideration. You have to, number one, have the work ethic, right? Everybody, so all 4 members of Black Hippie, they got to be on the same page and have the same work ethic. In my previous lives, I was saying they were working. Absol is definitely working like crazy, right? But at the same time, if something doesn't happen, if we never get the Black Hippie album, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. And Kendrick's not going to tell you all the details like, look, I don't like the way, these people are pandering back and forth with people that are disrespecting me. He's not going to say everything because he has love for them. They gave him opportunity. TDE was a home for him. They helped him polish his absolute gift. They believed in him. They poured into him. So it's a family, but you don't have to agree with everything. And you don't have to move the same exact way. Let's see what you're saying. Like the hard part 6, he's going to address any issues with them privately. Right. Understand. I understand, Sister Savage. Right. Thank you for understanding what I'm saying. He's not going to go crazy. He's not going to, handle it as such. Remember when he said, if it's your family, then handle it as such. I'm sure that he has been on the phone with Punch. He has been on the phone with somebody, or maybe he hasn't. And he probably taken some time, and they know how he feels, and that's why, to be honest, it's kind of weird. But Glasses Malone knows that he is a menace. That what did Glasses say? One of the things Glasses said, he never forgets. He's like Boogeyman himself. Right now, he's turning into a super villain, a super amazing Avenger. He is Thanos, and they thought they were Thanos. Drake thought he was Thanos, but Thanos, he's not Thanos fully because he won't die. His words and encouragement will live on. He will always live on. But I don't know what the hell. Let me see TD. Let me read what Punch said. I'm gonna read what he said. Lord have mercy. What this fool said. He said, just had a great conversation, and I quote, just had a great conversation with Lupe. It's all love and respect on both ends. We spoke about context, misunderstanding, misinterpretations, and intentions. Spoke about everything from the Monster Freestyle and the 2010 live stream up until his recent visit on various podcasts. It's no smoke, just lighthearted, friendly hip-hop conversation. Everyone relax. What in the hell? Did Punch know that he wrote that? What in the good God's grace? What in the Punch? Yeah, I gotta see what Punch is doing on Twitter later on. Let me see. Shirley, Kendrick went to therapy. He fixed his life, and that was the biggest mistake the industry could have let happen. Kendrick is more powerful. He said, therapy showed me I don't give a therapy showed me how to open up. Oh, here are my feelings. I want to kill them all. That's my feelings. Oh, I'm healed. I'm absolutely healed. How much do I owe you? Okay. Thank you. Therapy showed me I don't give up. Don't forget that part. Because, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, how is that spiritual? Because if you hate evil, I'm going to say it a million times, if you hate evil, if you love good, you have to destroy evil. You cannot resonate with destructive people, and they're destroying themselves. How do you think these people feel about themselves? You think they high vibrational, they believe in themselves? If you love yourself, you are enough. You don't need all these podcasts and all these people to validate you. You don't need all these people. You don't need anything. You are enough. And that's why I believe in shadow work. Shadow work is introspective work. Working on yourself and saying, what do I need to improve? Who am I? I get scared with this. I have separation anxiety. Just keep it real with who you are and work through your issues. And evolve from that. Try to get over certain things and try to grow from who you are. And taking accountability. None of them take accountability. They don't know what the hell that is. And now here's the thing. If Lupe spoke to Punch, do you think he was as disrespectful to Punch as he was to chat and to fans and to people and to other content creators? You think, yeah, he was having a disrespectful? Of course. If he did speak, of course it was a wonderful conversation, because he was just like, he probably sang a different song and danced, because Glasses Malone is talking about that he don't know how disrespectful Lupe is. What y'all think about that? Glasses said that he didn't know how disrespectful Lupe was and all the stuff that he's doing. That's part of it. Research. That's part of the research, my guy. Listen, for me to come in front of y'all, you don't understand how many hours I gotta research and just know what I'm, what's happening. Let's see what y'all saying. Koala T put belt to Lupe the way he needed to be done. One thing, Koala is very similar to you, Sensei. He don't play when it comes to Kendrick. Yeah, he shouted me out on his page. Shout out to him. Um, he needed to. He needed to. And yo, he trolled Lupe back. Listen, I would be the ultimate Lupe troll. Lupe would seriously crash out. And seriously crash out because, and then on top of that, I'm a woman. So for me to put belt to ass on a live with him, oh, I would get a million haters and a million followers. Because people will be like, how dare you disrespect the legend and how dare you? I'm like, you're not acting like a legend. You're a piece of trash right now. You dumpster juice. You're acting like dumpster juice, so I'm gonna act accordingly. And I'm not gonna give you a platform. I'm not gonna entertain your foolishness. So like I said, that meeting would have been over for 2 minutes because I would have been like, I dare you to put all that energy into actually creating a substantial hit or something that moves the needle of the culture. Bring your best album. Create a classic album with all that energy that you have. Where's your sold out stadiums? Yeah, you know what I mean. And every time you mention with him, it's easy to trigger Lupe. All you gotta do is say you're in your feelings. Ever since Kendrick didn't mention you, you're in your feelings. You're crying. Why are you so in your feelings? Why are you so jealous of Kendrick? Because a couple of people asked him that in some of the lives that he was in, and as soon as they asked him that, that dude just spiraled. He just was tweaking. He was just like, he turned into a zombie. Like he just went crazy. So that wouldn't have gone well. But thank you for saying that. Yeah, he did what he had to do, and I'm glad he let him have it. Nah, we're not entertaining your foolishness. Art, yeah, art, same here. Let's see, artist like, I'm not really pressed for a black hippie album. Oh, ooh, that's interesting. Madman. Ooh, Madman, speak on it. And ooh, that's interesting. I'm not really pressed. Ooh, I like that. I like that different of thought because that incites conversation. Ooh, that's different. I'm not really pressed for a black hippie album. We don't hear that too much, right? Well, I go back and forth, secretly myself because I analyze everybody. Let's see what y'all think. Yeah, I analyze everybody, and I'm like, look, I'm gonna tell you something that didn't sit well with me. All right, Lupe has been ranting about Kendrick for the last few years and the last few months. Right, all of a sudden, he popped up on stage with Absol, like in May, I believe. Yeah, they did something. They did something in May. I forgot what it was. Let me see. They did something. Let's see. Yo, speak on it, bros. Speak on it. Like, I'm not really pressed. Tell me your reason. I'm gonna tell you like how I feel. Cause I want a Black Hippie album. I wanted it. That thing will explode the earth. But let me see. Shirley, correction. I bet grown ups in Kendrick's household when he was young, his family was who and about business. They don't play no games. They like be about something. Stand on something. Stand for something. Like pick a side and stay on it. I know they were tough. Remember when everybody said Jay and Drake did have issues? We shall see. Jay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's still something that could happen. Punch talks too much. We see why Kendrick stepped away. This is the part they don't want me to say. Asylum. This is the part they don't want me to say. This is the part they don't want me to say. Kendrick rather watch paint dry than make certain moves. He's you. If Kendrick wanted to, do y'all know how fast that boy did that? Finished that GNX album. That GNX album, they were working on it for years. Do you know how fast he created diss tracks? Do y'all know? I have a video on it. He was like pressing the freaking mixer, pressing the producers like, yo, you finished? They were calling, they were joking. One of them joked and was like, yo, they literally call me every 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes, is it done? Is it done? Is it done? When Kendrick wants something to happen, he makes it happen. Now, let's backtrack. Remember when SZA was complaining about Punch? Did we forget? SZA was complaining about Punch. She was like, please, my album, and some of SZA's antics I don't condone, but SZA was crying out for help, and Kendrick rescued her and made it happen. What was happening? Remember, please don't forget, when SZA was saying, my album's been down, it's been done, and they're keeping my album hostage like they're shelving projects. I don't believe in shelving an artist project. If it's done, it's done, my guy. Put the shit out. Like, what the hell? And she was like talking bad about Punch. They were at war. And that's another thing. I disagree for her handling it so publicly. I'm not gonna just display my emotions and everything on freaking Twitter or on Instagram. I'm different. If I have an issue, we gonna talk. If you don't talk, then you done. You dead to me. If we don't solve it, you don't exist. You never did. You're gone. But she was asking for help with her album and everything. All of a sudden, Kendrick came, put her on tour, got her paid. Her pop-up, beauty shop done happened. He gave her a runway. He gave her, space for her merch. She finished her album. All of a sudden, meeting with them. All of a sudden, she finished her album. She went on, performances and stuff like that. Everybody, all lies will be exposed. All lies will be exposed. Let's see what y'all saying. And the people, so I want a Black Hippie album, but at the same time, a part of me, I'm 50-50. I'm like, yo, if there's some funny money stuff going on, nah, Kendrick, nah, don't do it. Don't do it, Kendrick. TDE Punch and DJ Head. Oh, DJ Head gets on my nerves. He doesn't use his head. Both talk too damn much. And that's another thing. No, Punch is just ranting. And they're cooking him right now. They're currently, right about now, they're cooking him right now because of that thing that he said that I just read. They're cooking him. And he's like, y'all look crazy, LOL. I don't think Kendrick will find that funny. Pardon me if I'm wrong. I don't think nothing of Lupe Kendrick is going to find funny except for when they're cooking Lupe. But I something funny going on. Let's see. Madman said that. Yeah, Truth Unfiltered said Punch and Glass is still trying to little bro Kendrick. Oh, man. Like, I know Glasses has love for Kendrick and stuff like that. Kendrick is diplomatic. Let's talk about Kendrick. Kendrick is diplomatic. What does that mean? When they do the Christmas, right? The Christmas giveaway and the Christmas concert, Kendrick comes in, all smiles. Those are his people. He is gracious. He is grateful also. He's grateful like, yo, y'all gave me a space. Y'all gave me, Punch gave me, Top Dog gave me his house to create hits in. You get me? We did a little ghetto studio. He remembers and appreciates. But he's diplomatic, don't y'all think? He comes in, shakes hands, he does whatever, he has class and decorum, grown man shit, right? He's diplomatic, but at the same time, don't you think he knows a lot? Don't you think he watches everything? Look at that video and the pictures that I put of him and Dave. They move differently. The rollouts are different for the artists. They move completely how they want to move. And they have this new artist, Imani. If she works out, they're going to do her best. They're willing to experiment, to do different things. They move totally different. Where in the hell do you see Dave Free running his mouth? That dude deactivates his account and only comes back and activates it when he got something to say. Other than that, he just be deleting. Like, it's almost deleting your account, but not really. He like, you get me? These people avoid Soundwave. Kendrick's producer. Where in the hell, Scott Bridgeway, where in the hell is he running his mouth? None of the people that work with Kendrick run their mouth. Kamasi, where are they running their mouth online? And that's the thing. Remember when SZA was just going crazy with Nicki Minaj running her mouth? Why, SZA? This is what I was saying. Why engage when you're literally on a world tour right now? Let that deformed Barbie or whatever the hell she want to call, let her melt in peace. Let her melt in pieces. Why engage her? Let her melt in pieces. You're on a world stadium tour that's all sold out. Why engage online? See, if I had a company, we're not doing online nonsense. Period. If I had to vet an artist, man, these are the questions we're gonna ask. Do you have some domestic violence issues? Do you have some cases? Do you be on, we already observe your online activity. We seeing your online activity before we even sign you. You over there talking out your ass. No, I don't care how well you rap, because you're gonna be talking bad about if something goes wrong and there's a disagreement in the company. So, like I said, see, everybody takes a long time to meet me. You understand? It's like, that's why I call myself circle back around. We're gonna circle back around. I've been saying this for years, but we're gonna circle now. People understand what I'm trying to say. They need more evidence. I could read. I'm intuitive. I could read quickly. So let's see what y'all say. I don't need all these years to find out somebody's disrespectful. Yeah. Um. uh, Joe Budden. Truth and Filter said Joe Budden. Ish about Dolce and Punch went on that podcast anyway. Yeah, there is so many just idiots. There's so many despicable people. Artists is like, back in the day I wanted the Cole Dot collab album, not no more. Oh hell no. Back in the day, Black Hippie is enough collabs together. They have a lot of songs. It's like they have albums, but I know, you know what it is? It was very nostalgic, and it like heartwarming when they were on the pop out, you know, because they're talented. They're brother. There was a real brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? There was a real brotherhood and everything. But at the same time, if there's a pivotal reason why he's not doing it, yo, I trust him. I trust his judgment. He hasn't failed yet. Kendrick has not failed yet. He has made mistakes, and he said he's learned from his mistakes. But he's been strategic. His moves has been stellar. Stellar. Philly Blunt, how you doing? um Asylum said, this year showed me that Punch, Glasses, Malone talk too much, and sometimes they over talk and then find ways to look silly. One thing with Drake fans and his circle, they crash out for him. Well, Kendrick's fan, we crashed the hell on for him. Like, Kendrick's fan, we ride at dawn, at lunchtime, in the early evening hours, in the night, yeah, right after midnight, and in the morning, you know? So, yeah, they do talk too much. I don't understand how a manager of a company is just blabbering. That's a foolish behavior. That's a fool. A fool, it's like you don't even think that that's an important manager, because it's like, yo, you're just rambling. Everything that you worked for, you're just like throwing it away with your decorum. And here's the thing, Kendrick's contribution to TDE cannot be ignored. He made them look good. And I'm sure Kendrick gave them advice. No, they can't little bro son Kendrick forever, because Kendrick is more intelligent than the average person. So he was already an old soul. As even as a teenager, he was wise. Look how many videos I put up, how many old gems, treasures. Kendrick at 16, Kendrick at 21, Kendrick at 14, Kendrick at all kinds of age, and he's still being saying the same thing. I gotta put up that video too, where Kendrick was quoting what TD was Punch was saying about Lupe. You know, he was saying, "Yo, you do fairy tale raps," you know, and Kendrick was like, "Wait, what you say?" What Kendrick said, "I want the smoke. I don't care who it is. Eminem is a great rapper, but I still want the smoke. I'm not backing down." That's why I put that in the video. I put that little part where he says, "I'm not backing down." But I put the complete footage when he was talking, like, A CEO doesn't have that type of behavior, just ranting online all day. What do these people do? And also when SZA was crying out for help, and I'm not for all of SZA's behavior, trust me, because she needed a clean house. If I could give any advice to SZA, get rid of 95% of your friends. They're toxic as fuck. Like, they're toxic as hell. Get rid of half of the people you hang with, because you're the average of the people you hang with. Tell me who you hang with, and I'm gonna tell you who you are. They're doing sloppy ass moves. Like, they just need to get the hell out. She needs to get the hell away from, because she tries to be all happy go lucky, everybody's friend, let's hug a tree, and that's fine. But if you know your worth, you know you can't. Half of these people are toxic. But I will say that when she was crying out for help, Punch was literally laughing at her online. Did y'all remember that? I don't want to have to dig up all those things. Just take my word for it, or y'all can research yourself, because I don't want. I don't even want to entertain that. He was LOLing when she was saying, "Please, Punch, put out my thing. I want to quit." Like, she was saying some real ass shit. Like, she was saying, like, "I want out. Get me out. Release me from my contract, fam." Like, oh my god, it was horrible to watch. And he was just like laughing. And then he even said, "Yeah, thank you." He even said, "Well, I'm still your manager though." Like, he literally put that out. Yo, this girl is crying out for help. The company is in disarray, my guy, and all you doing is being online LOLing. What the hell is that? So how does that make you different than Drake? Punch is the type of person, they're the type of person to meet with Drake. I don't think Top Dog is like that. I don't know if Top is like that. But it's like, what's next? You're gonna meet with Drake to see if they can come to a conclusion? They're never gonna come to a conclusion. And thank you. I'm glad somebody remembered that. He was just like, "I'm still your manager." I was like, yo, this is embarrassing. I had second, third, fourth, fifth hand embarrassment for them. And this guy was just LOLing that girl. Yeah, let's see, Asylum. Yeah, it showed a lot, Asylum. It showed a lot, man, this year. And Glasses is funny. He is funny. And he does describe Kendrick. I do like his description of Kendrick, saying Kendrick is about that life. Kendrick is a menace, right? When you disrespect him. So he, more than anybody in this world, should understand why Kendrick don't celebrate all that Lupe stupid behavior. And he's coming for that. He's coming for that, or he is going to ignore him for life, but something's going to give. Mama said TD and DJ Head. DJ Head proved how dumb he is. Like, there's no respectfully after that. I don't resonate with him anyways. You know, and DJ Mustard, he's being chill for now. He just posts like himself exercising, and as long as he walks a straight and narrow path and moves like that, this is why Kendrick takes so long to give people a chance. Because we don't really like humans. Like not every human. I like y'all. So PG Lang goat. Yeah, they goated Philly Blunt. They goated. Goated behavior. Let's see what else y'all saying. Always move on their own time. TDE always move on their own time. And time is important. And Kendrick's timing is impeccable. Kendrick is strategic. He knows, okay, we're going to put out Baby Keem, right? We're going to give him a few months when his tour is almost done. We're going to put out, we're not going to we're going to keep, foot on neck. We're going to keep the foot on the gas. We're going to put out a new artist. We're going to let her rock for a little bit. Then he coming in, or whatever they're doing. Their timing is impeccable. They haven't let the foot off the gas. The battle started. And look at how strategic. He was advertising Baby Keem with his casino gear, right? On tour. He was like, "Nah, we got something coming. We got something coming. No, we still cooking, right?" Then he lets Baby Keem do a pop-up real quick at the MetLife, New Jersey, New York City show. Here's a taste, right? Just out of nowhere. They're hiding him, though. Yo, they are like the best musical fraternity. You heard it here best. They are the best musical fraternity. Whatever the best fraternity y'all think is, but I believe Rue, just saying, they are the best musical fraternity. The best. because they hid that boy. I saw Baby Keem with a hoodie at the MetLife concert, and I have pictures. I was like, yo, that's Baby Keem, because he was. It was like he was wearing a hood before, even when he wasn't performing the first night. He was walking with like security guards, but we didn't know people. You couldn't really tell that it was Baby Keem at first, because he, like, when I tell you the hoodie was like this tight, it was just like showing nothing. I have pictures of it. It's called, my video's called Celebrities at the GNX thing. Then the next night he pops out. They're strategic. They know when to do stuff, what to do. When they want to put out a movie, they're like, okay, who's going to be in concert at that time? Is Baby Keem going to be in concert? Is Imani going to be? What are we doing? We're going to put out a movie. They're not letting up. They're not letting up, if you could see. So Kendrick has never taken 5 years off. I hate when people say that. People think that, oh, in 2022, 23, that's when he did the most festivals. He was outside. In the pandemic, he was still outside. He took a little time in the pandemic, but he never wasted. He was preparing. He was on tour in the pandemic. He was on tour. He was in Japan. He was everywhere. He was still finishing. He was still finishing the damn tour. Then he took some time, and then he did all these festivals in 2022, 23. Then he did Mr. Morale. He never really stopped working that long. He can't. He's addicted to music and work. Let me see what y'all saying. Why does Miss Shirley says what I'm gonna agree? Why in the world does TDE continue to have business with these people that talk bad about Kendrick? This is what I am saying, where I don't understand. Where is their lack? They lack discernment and intuition. They're not tapping into their instincts. Or now, a lot of people, because I'm being decent, I'm gonna say they're being too nice to these people, but that's a violation. That's a violation to me. That's a violation move. Now, Kendrick might surprise us all and be like, you know what? I have a kumbaya moment. I'm giving them grace. We're okay. But I doubt it. And Kendrick does not like to go back on his word. What did he say in Whacked Out Mural? I remember Truth Unfiltered. Yeah, I remember her tweets. It was crazy. I'm the only one like excited, like in a bad way. Like, I'm like, oh my God, it was wild. Her tweets were wild as hell. It was so sad and embarrassing. Philly Blunt said, hell yeah. Miss Marianne said, I remember Sister needs to learn to cut off people. Yo, people. Lotto. Like, there's so many people that I can mention. But y'all gonna get mad. Because there's a lot of people she need to cut off expeditiously. Like, immediately. You know what I'm saying? They're a hot mess. They're a hot mess. Y'all gonna get mad when I say the names. Truth Unfiltered. I worry that Lizzo, thank you, is going to run. Okay, see? Yeah, I thought that y'all were gonna get mad, but y'all my twinsies. She need to cut off Lizzo yesterday. She need to cut off Lizzo yesterday freaking day. She is so sloppy and just crazy, back and forth. She's so inauthentic. It's disgusting. It's despicable. She don't know who she is, what she want to do. She's just out of pocket. Out of pocket. They're in shambles. I'm sorry. Why would somebody separate and start their own company? Why? Truth Unfiltered. Yeah, she said, Philly Blunt, Baby Keem still ahead of his time. Ahead of his time. That digital, in the age of digital media and all that, and that YouTube listening party, that was chef's kiss. Digital. That way he can get all the views first. Let me say that again. If you are doing the listening party digital, he can get all the views first before we record it, before we take content from online and then repurpose it. He can get all the views first, because people are going to be like, going to the channel constantly to record or to look at or to repurpose the footage. And also it goes with him being young, and kids in this generation are, they all they know is being online. People don't remember, these young kids don't remember what it was like, or they don't even know what it was like before YouTube, before we went online. Yo, when we had, they had what they had, like, you get online from a CD. You get online from a CD. AOL gives you free online. How the hell you get online from a CD? You have to put that bad boy in the CD, like, your disc. It's like you get online and it's like connecting. It's like 10 hours later. Okay, you're online, and you couldn't do much. Baby Keem is a G. Yeah, he's already a pro. King's recent work. Yo, the album is nonstop playing. Like, the album is in heavy rotation. The album is going platinum. Baby Keem album going platinum in my house for sure. Just watching the party die. We just watching the party die. Five Tiffany. That's nice. I'm just watching the party die. This is what Kendrick was talking about. Everybody said I was gonna kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. I was gonna kill a couple rappers, but they did it to themselves. They didn't even need my help. What do you think about that? Tell me his lyrics are not prophetic. His lyrics were futuristic. That watching everyone has a problem with Kendrick are spiraling and destroying their own credibility and destroying themselves. They're like, it's like the Titanic where people just jumping, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, goodbye, cruel world. They're destroying artist life, and Dot had to get his business in order too in that time. Yeah, he had to get his business. Kendrick had to get his business in order, and also one unpopular opinion, because I'm gonna keep it real. Kendrick gave TDE so many hits, right? So many hits. He doesn't own all his masters from TDE, right? What happens now in PG Lang? He owns the masters. He owns his own music. Own the game is what his campaign is called, and he meant that from the when he was 16 till now. He means own your own, process, your own goods, your own products. Own the game. When companies want to get permission to use the song, to use Not Like Us, they gotta go through him. When they wanna use it for Gatorade, they gotta go through him. Peekaboo, they gotta go through him. He owns that control. While Drake is over here, everything must go. Like I said last week, and OV Ho instead of Five Below. He's just, everything is clearance. Everything, he's selling everything. He's selling his company, and Kendrick's just gaining assets. And people don't see that there's karma. People don't see. He has great chemistry with Momo. Oh, Baby Keem and Momo, you know what they're doing, right? The song is called Good Flirts, but I really real life in the 3D and the 5D realm believe that Baby Keem likes her. There's way too many pictures that I didn't even upload that behind the scenes. They'll be in my Patreon. That, yeah, Baby Keem is really sweet on her, and she likes him too. She posted a bunch of stuff. She posted even more stuff, like on her whatever. And they might be strategic, because it gets engagement. But I really do think he likes her. Like, he likes her. They asked him backstage, why did you use Momo in this song? And he's like, oh, I like the way she looks. And she has a great smile. And she's talented. He left talented for last. Let me say that again. He said, I like the way she looks, was the first answer. She has a great smile. And she's talented. They make a great couple if she is honestly likes him, and not just trying to see where her career goes. Respectfully. I will say it again. Kendrick has outgrown. Thank you, twin. Miss Marianne, we've always been twin. We're musical twins, and we are twins with this. My community, like I said, you guys are only going to follow me if you agree or we resonate. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's the community we're building. We are the unpopular kids. We are the unpopular kids on YouTube, and we're probably and so was Kendrick. Kendrick was the popular, unpopular opinion, right? People like, oh my God, that whacked out mural. He's just so aggressive. He's the unpopular. Why? And popular at the same time. What do I mean by that? He's saying what y'all punk asses won't say. He's saying what y'all don't dare to say. Or you don't dare to say my name. You don't dare to put a lawsuit on me. Well, I'm gonna say your name. I'm gonna make people that don't know English say your name. Like, we gonna drag you to kingdom come. We're gonna take you to the cosmics. You're gonna go on a tour of the center of the goddamn earth and swim in Tootsie Rolls, because I think that's what it's filled with. And then when we're done dragging you, we'll chill out with family and plan to just continue dragging you even at a grand, a bigger scale. I don't know how, because he might throw subliminals. Or Kendrick might drag Drake in the new movie that he's making. You heard it here first. He might drag Drake and make some funny, connotations or some funny things just for shits and giggles. I'll say it again. Kendrick has outgrown TDE. The way they move, it's not. I'm not feeling it. Yep, I think he's a little in love with Momo. True. A boy is hard out there. Said hi. How you doing? Boy is hard out there. That's funny. He's a. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see what I'm saying. Yeah. So those are like some serious things, and with that also, Baby Keem and the Grammys. Um, I have a video. They uh contracted some of the GNX dancers. I love some of the I love the GNX dancers, and they contracted them again for Baby Keem's performance, and he did a medley. It was a short performance, and he did a medley. It was cute. It was nice, and of course, Good Flirts was there. Kendrick didn't pop out. Kendrick let him shine. Kendrick did not pop out. Kendrick let him shine. Now, Day Free, check out my video of Baby Keem. Thank you for all the views on that. It's like almost 10K. Baby Keem, Day Free was in attendance, but Day Free was in a t-shirt. He was in a t-shirt and jeans, and he was behind the scenes, and he was in the trailers. So he was in the trailers. He was behind the scenes. He was low key, and he was just helping out, with the dancers, with the behind the scenes, making sure. Baby Keem is not alone. If Kendrick is not there, and Kendrick might have been there, Kendrick might have been somewhere, but they were saying he definitely wasn't in attendance to for the awards that he won or whatever, but Dave Free was definitely hands on with Baby Keem, and Dave Free is so proud. He was just so like happy celebrating Baby Keem. He was just like your child graduated high school or something. He was very happy, but he was in jeans and a t-shirt. He was very low key, and there's always someone there. The opposite of what they did with Jid. Jid was like a lone wolf, a child abandoned with this rollout. They just let him loose and was like, yo, more power to you, deuces. J. Cole, what kind of rollout is J. Cole gonna give Jid? This is why Jid is jealous too. So it's like Jid is jealous of Baby Keem. I know that for a fact, that he's jealous of Kendrick. He's just whatever. But he's jealous the way they treated Baby Keem's rollout and album and just everything. Every event that they're planning, his Adidas deal. He's like a mini Kendrick, He's getting deals left and right. He's getting so many accolades, so many awards. He's performing. Look at the difference. Is Jid performing at the Grammys? No. Baby Keem is performing at the Grammys and at the BET Awards. Let's see what you're saying. Yeah. Who accepted Kendrick's award? They just said they didn't. No one accepted it. I think they just said Kendrick's not here to accept his award. So that's, yeah, they did. Yeah, that's what they said, like, Kendrick's not here, we're happy to accept this on his behalf. But um the Clips won, and they won 3 awards, I think. Not yeah, so the BT, yeah, BT Awards, they're being recognized. The Clips are being given the accolades they deserve as well. Um, so the list of winners, for the Grammys, and that's the thing, they have everything to be upset. Like, everybody, all these haters have a lot to be upset about. Uh, and you don't see Baby Keem running his mouth. Now, he's more visible online, a little bit more visible, and so was Kendrick back in the day, but he wasn't crazy. They can't dig up too much craziness on Kendrick and his tweets. Too much craziness. But Baby Keem is a little bit more interactive, but he don't even be talking that much. He don't be talking that much. Some of the things Asylum said, some of the things that Kendrick more than likely sees with TD is probably the same things Jay-Z saw with Dame Dash and Rockefeller. Jay-Z understood to move forward, he had to cut dead weight. Oh my God, boy, you said a mouthful. Whew. With dead weight, you can't travel light. Let me say it again. With dead weight, respectfully, you can't travel light. And Kendrick is light years ahead. Look how much Kendrick soared. Look how much Kendrick soared after TDE, and how much more music he's putting, and he did absolute amazing masterpieces with TDE. He gave them a lot. Listen, they gave him a family. They poured into him. They did everything. But what did Kendrick gave a lot to them too. Come on, let's call a spade a spade. Kendrick gave a lot to them. You understand? He just produced all these amazing masterpieces of albums. And now it's time for him to create and have total creative freedom, you know. And it's good that they gave him some sort of freedom. Wale should have won Album of the Year. I love Wale. And that's the thing. Yeah, Kendrick is definitely moving and thriving. He's a millionaire with a heart. And yeah. And I'm sorry that we have to talk, and say about TDE, but it's just getting out of hand. The TDE, some of their behavior is just questionable at best. It's like funny, it's like weird, and we had to talk about it because it's kind of crazy. Jay-Z is Jay-Z. Dot have no dirt on his name. Respectfully, yeah. Yeah, as far as business, and that's why I said Kendrick is a millionaire with a heart. Because I don't think I think that every billionaire is crooked. You get me? And that's why I said that. I said Kendrick is a millionaire with a heart. He's great with business, but he don't have the bad reputation that Jay-Z, that is attached to Jay-Z's name. Jay-Z is very questionable. And then another difference, this is a mic drop that I'm about to say. In no lifetime will Kendrick spend that many years with Diddy as his friends. Period. And that's on period. What lifetime do you see Kendrick hanging out with Diddy every day for years and going to all his parties? Fundamental differences. Fundamental difference. But I understand what you were trying to say, that Kendrick did better business moves. Yeah, he's evolving. He's evolving. Yeah, he's evolving. Miss Shirley said, I wonder why Baby Keem Dave Free says although she didn't accept it on Kendrick's behalf. Yeah. Things that make you go home, right? They can't. They can't. They can't. It's a different company. And it has to be a representative. I think there are some type of stipulations. Even though I have seen people, the presenters will say, I'm accepting this on his behalf, which means they're going to put it in a storage place or whatever. They're going to put it in a place where some representative has to pick it up, or Kendrick, or they'll mail it to him. But they can't, respectfully, it's a different company. They can't just be like, yeah, we're gonna go ahead. They can't. They can't. You know. Yeah. I agree with Jay-Z. Definitely has all kinds of dirt under his name, but that's not the point I was making. I'm just referring the situation with Rockefeller back in the day. Bad business. Yeah, Dame Dash did bad business moves. What the hell? You had a he was part of a multi-million dollar empire, not just company, empire. And you messed that up? Like, what the hell? You over there selling cookies in a bag? And even not even being very successful with the cookies in a bag. So Cardi B won. So for the BET Awards, Cardi B won uh, Best Female Hip Hop Artist. Um, let's see, female hip hop artist. Oh, video. Folded was Video of the Year. Viewer's Choice was Mariah the Scientist. I don't even know why she got so many accolades. Remember Jazzy, the little girl? She won Young Stars Award. That was nice. Um, Best Collaboration, Kendrick and the Clips were Chains and Whips. Uh, Best Actress, Tiana Taylor, but either way. Best Group is Clips. Album of the Year was Let God Sort Them Out. So album of the year is Let God Sort Them Out. I don't know. T.I. got inspirational artist, gospel. I'm not sure. Best hip hop male artist to art, wonderful Kendrick. Movie Sinners won. Let's see what else we have. Best female R&B pop artist and R&B was Kalani. Kalani, they gave it to Kalani. What do y'all agree with that? And they gave stupid Drewski some award. Whoever, yo, I've gone into businesses and I'm like, if the workers are idiots, the manager is an idiot. Whoever hire you is brain dead, literally. So it's like whoever put and they didn't vet certain people because it's like for me, if I'm in charge of putting a host to do a show, I'm gonna be like, I need to hear all of your material. All of your material. I need to hear all of your material. So what jokes are we saying? What jokes are we doing? If you're doing some distasteful crap, nah, we're not just gonna ride with whatever. Thank you, DNG. We're not just gonna do whatever. So it's like that's why they have backlash now. Dolce got BT her award for Girl Get Up. Lauryn Hill had the BT Living Legend Award. SZA got the BT her Girl Get Up with Dolce. And Tiana Taylor got almost everything. Video director, icon, and honestly, how y'all feel about Tiana Taylor icon? Don't they give that to people that have put decades of, I don't know. Look, I'm leaving that there. It doesn't even matter. Leon Thomas got best male R&B. Best male R&B. Yeah, Tiana Taylor was all over this thing. Like they just gave her a bunch of stuff. You know, they just gave her a bunch of accolades. All right, like 1992. But where did that leave that? Yeah, one thing. Yeah. Okay, Miss Shirley said one thing about we can say about Kendrick and Dave Free. They went and learned finance, taxes, how to manage. I don't know if I could say that about TDE artists. No, and remember at the pop up at the pop out. Remember that Kendrick was doing these little commercial snippets with like a tax or money a person like a money expert, a finance expert that was giving advice. It's like make your money grow long term, and he was giving. So Kendrick always puts the medicine in the event, in the song, you know. But yeah, they want to legitimately learn. Why? Because PG Lang is like an enterprise almost. Like I mean, It's like it branches out to many things. It's a creative agency. That means we're gonna do movies, we're gonna do commercials, we license commercials, we're gonna run your artists, we're gonna do artist development, we have music, we have in-house producers. Like it's a whole, it's like a big umbrella. You get me? It's like a big umbrella. um they move differently. That's expansion. That's super expansion. Dame Dash stood in independence and not having handlers to answer. Yeah, Dame Dash, but what is he doing though? Where is Dame Dash growth? And his last thing that he did is what? A little diss track talking about your breath stinks. Like, what is his latest claim to fame? Yeah, you could be. I'm for independent, being independent, and not having somebody to count. To not having somebody to control you and micromanage. I get that. He when he went to the radio station talking about, I have cookies. My son and I, we sell cookies in a Ziploc bag, right? You could have turned that into an empire. You could have turned that in and taken that serious. He don't look like he takes too many things seriously. Like he don't have staying power. Like, as the type of person that starts a bunch of businesses and nothing sticks, or they just keep starting stuff and not finishing it through, or not doing the work. So my thing is like, what is he doing? Because what he's been doing a lot lately is going on podcasts because they pay, going on interviews and telling stories about Jay-Z back in the day, and just everything is Jay-Z. It's the same like Lupe. He can't keep Kendrick's name out his mouth. So everything is like Jay-Z. If he's really independent, he will be free from talking about Jay-Z so much, and just do your thing. Do what you gotta do. Thrive. Yeah. Asylum, I agree. Art is life, but where did that leave Dash? Yeah, good question. Dame Dash has his own BT paid in full show. Um, it sounds like someone who sees Dash as immature, 50 plus years old, talking nonsense. Yeah. I sound like someone who sees Dash as immature, 50 plus, talking nonsense. Like, you know what I'm saying? And he just keeps hating on Jay-Z every time you see him. Every time you see him, he's talking about bad breath while his teeth are coming out in an interview. It's like he's just running his mouth. So I don't know, but everybody has a right to see things differently. Let's see. I have strongly disagree. He is his own man, no doubt, but every time those socials, either Jay-Z or Jim Jones' name coming out his mouth. Yeah, coming out. That man is in his 50s. And all he talks about is Jay-Z. Most of the time. He just did a diss track. What do you think about the diss track? They asked Mr. Super Famebo. Now he's a regular and he mad about it. That's on facts. Jay's human like we are. No one is perfect. No, speak on that. No, speak on that. Wait, I know. He said no. Speak on that. Dame Dad is very immature. He should have been humbled. Yeah, Dame Dad. Who cares about fame? True. Dame Dash is like, you know what I'm saying? Dame Dash has bigger issues. He has to work on his oral hygiene himself and on his dental situation, and just take care of himself. He looks crazy. He's looking crazier than, I don't know, a raccoon with a DoorDash VIP membership. I don't know. He's looking crazy in these streets. He always has Jay-Z. He always has Jay-Z. So look, we got a challenge. We got homework for Dame Dash. Don't talk about Jay-Z for a month. Don't talk about Jay-Z for a month. Do your own thing, or for a year. Look, let's take it all the way for a year. And see if they could book you on podcasts if you're not talking about Jay-Z. Right? And thrive. Let's see you thrive financially. Let's see you, thrive and do something, and take care of yourself, and do things that have substance. What happened to his money? And what happened to his money? Because he's in financial, allegedly, he has a lot of financial issues. And that's another reason why people think he's going through all these podcasts. He had public. It's not me. I'm saying alleged just to say alleged and be polite. But he had extreme financial issues. So if he has a successful show, nah, that's I call cap. Because like I said, he has, and it's public knowledge. It's public knowledge. He has extreme financial problems that he had dealt with, allegedly. So what did he do? And that's, like I said, he's looking real crazy, like he's just going on these tours just to be relevant and make some money, which I don't knock it. If these podcasters are willing to listen to you, jokes on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get your money, Dame Dash. This is the same day that wanted to run fades in Harlem last summer with you shows. What are we talking about? Yo, y'all are funny as hell. Y'all are funny. Dame Dash just talks gibberish. He's just a gibberish. He's looking clownish out here. Dame Dash is talking crazy gibberish. Crazy. He's talking crazy. He's talking outrageously. So, and then that Pooh Shiesty video, so help me God. Like, we kind of talked about that before, but it's like, dear Lord, like he's looking crazy out here. He's looking absolutely crazy. He's not getting out anytime soon. I don't think he's getting out anytime soon. Pooh Shiesty. The video looks insane. If y'all haven't seen it, I'm not posting that on my page. It is what it is. But him and his father, and I don't know what's going on with academics and Charlemagne. I really kind of don't care. Like they're just going back and forth. Because, like I said, they're still like at war, and academics is in trouble again because of that wizard chat guy or whatever. And then they're being served court papers. Those are the karma. That's the consequences that they adopt. Major all entertain. Let's see what y'all saying. Majority all entertainers have money issues. No, Kendrick doesn't have money issues. Kendrick doesn't have money issues. We not speak on Jay. Kendrick's out here donating like crazy. He did a bunch of free lunch, like $230,000 in lunch. He did a substantial donation to Centennial High School for the reimagining construction, the reconstruction and of Centennial High School, his high school that he went to. Kendrick, you can borrow $1 from Kendrick, and it's gonna be, you can borrow $20 from Kendrick, and he's gonna be straight. You can't be serious. Art is life, man. The truth is life. They need to go Turkey and get some veneers, then talk. Yo, I told you he got issues. He's another one that has issues and no tissues. You get me? He need to. What was it? What y'all told me last week? Polygrip. That's what he need to do. He gotta. Does he have enough for that? Let's start a GoFundMe for Dame Dash T. That's besides the point. He had earned his strike. What does that have to do with Dame Dash and mature? Yeah, there's only some. There's only some. Y'all are funny. That video is God. I say gotta help you when you don't want to be helped. I need to sit you down. Yeah, God, yeah. Divine intervention. Divine intervention. Him doing a life in jail is God saving his life. You're 100% right, Miss Shirley. That Pooh Shiesty video was divine intervention. Was God saying, sit your ass down. Sit down. It's he put him in timeout. It's a universal timeout. Right here in New York City, we laugh at Dame. He's a joke. Yo, Dame Dash is. I don't respect him. He's not doing. He like I said, he has his teeth fell out on that live, and he's talking about somebody else's bad breath. Like there's a oral problem. There's a problem. Again, Kendrick doesn't have time to be out here in these podcasts or doing little nonsense. I like my artist to move in silence, to move the way he moves. And um he's working on the movie. Let's uh Whitney Whitney Springs, yeah, Whitney Springs movie update. So they're saying that the movie is pretty much done, and that's a comedy. Again, for the people that didn't know, Whitney Springs is a musical comedy. It's a musical um, comedy about slavery that Kendrick's doing with the producers. It's PG Lang, Dave Free, PG Lang, along with Trey Parker and Matt Stone, the producers of South Park, and it had been delayed, um, for a while, and it was supposed to come out in March, but they're still cooking it. They're cooking it. Um, is attached to, yeah. I think they have the cast and crew. They have a lot, but they're gonna be sharing more details as the time goes on. But that's a comedy, so a musical comedy. It has to be a musical. If Kendrick has his hand in it, I want to hear good music. I want to hear absolutely amazing music. And what the way Kendrick moves is also strategic, because if he does the music, some of the music is gonna be on his album, or he might do a whole album for that, for the movie. So think about this. Kendrick does not like to put out trash. So if it's a musical, he gotta make sure those are all songs that he gotta produce, or somebody has to produce. He gotta hire somebody to produce them. So they all have to be top tier songs, peak. For him to, this is his first movie, his first official movie that he's in collaboration with. He likes to have his hand in everything. Just like when he's recording music, he is doing hi hats. If you know, he's doing the hi hat sound with his voice. He's in there with the engineer. He works on it. He stays in the studio. He stays with the mixologists, with the producers, with everybody until this thing is done. They say he's there for everything, for the mixing, for everything. He don't just be like, here. And in the meantime, by the way, Lil Wayne is viral again because he's saying, this is a bonus topic. He's saying that he don't know what songs are on his album. He's like, look, and that's why we ended up with Peanuts to an Elephant, with the actual elephant sound. That's why we ended up with Peanuts to an Elephant, because he literally said, let me say it again, that he does not know, he don't really care, like he don't control. Lil Wayne don't even know where he's at. Lil Wayne does not know where he's at. Lil Wayne fell asleep on stage. He don't know where he's at. Like, he can't be embarrassed because he's double cupping. If you know, you know. He's like double cup lean. He's leaning on, stuff, So he said he don't know what songs they gonna put out his album. And it's like, here, Carter 6. I'm still not over his halftime show with Goblins digital cartoons. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh God, y'all went crazy. Yeah, I can't wait for the movie either, Miss Shirley. Boy, I'm gonna run that movie. It's gonna be sick. I'm gonna watch that thing a million times. Jokes is fine, but the facts are he helped put on Jay, Kevin, Lee Daniels, Brock, Cam. Sometimes it's not how you start something, it's how you finish it. When they have those things, it's like, this is how it started and this is how it's going. So you could do that with Dame Dash. This is how it started. Oh, great, yeah, y'all were an empire, but how is it going? The end. Like, how is it going? You know, Miss Shirley said, I can wait. Artist, Asylum said, someone can put you on. It doesn't exclude that person has clown tendency. It makes they are good at something. And that's the thing. He's not living in his purpose. You know what I mean? It's like, this is where we started and this is where it's at. And it went and this is where it's at. If I had to do a freaking this is where it's at shorts, which I'm not, don't worry, calm down. Everybody calm down. I would just put the picture of when his teeth fell out. He was talking so much ish, his teeth were against him. He was like, we gonna shut you the hell up one way or another. Again, some Miss Shirley might say this divine intervention. God was like, enough. Shut the heck up. Enough. And his teeth have had enough. So the teeth fell out and it's like, all right, go get yourself together. He had 10, 15 days or whatever to get himself together. He's like Drake. They all alike. Jay-Z lives rent free in that guy's mind. He went to sleep. He's like this. He probably has an app, Jay-Z's Muse, you know? And when he saw Jay-Z was up in that piece, talk about, oh yeah, you know, with the freestyle, and it's like his teeth fall out. Somehow I'm to blame or whatever. He was like, oh, I'm relevant. Yes, Jay-Z said my name. Yeah, I could do that stinky diss track. And literally, I think it was called Stinky. So it's like, God was like, enough. His teeth are against him. He has a whole, you know, he had the whole world in his hand. And then what did he do with it? He Lupe Fiascoed it. That's a new verb. No personal, no personal accounts. Perfect that Jay-Z does things 95% of the time. His son. I've been replaying Kendrick's Monster Freestyle. I didn't realize how deep it was, and it was 2010. That's what I'm saying. Kendrick's been consistent since he was a teenager. No, you didn't say his teeth were against him. Yes, his teeth hate him. That's why they acted up. You know what I mean? His teeth acted up. They made a mockery out of him. They made a mockery. Teeth don't just fall out like that. They could just chill in the mouth. Like, he sounded like he had a mouth full of marbles, and that was the warning. That was like the warning. Like, shut the hell up. But he couldn't take the warning. So they're like, yo, we're out of here. When we tell you we out of here, we're out of here. We weren't just empty promising. Dame Dash, they warned him. He first started when they were about to fall out. He sounded crazy slurred, like he had a mouthful of marbles, and he didn't listen. You know, he didn't take heed, and then they were like, we out this bitch." And again, what he's doing for proving that you a whole venger. Artist life, yeah. I'll speak on Jay's. I'll wait. Oh, oh, I gotta do a little timeout. Oh, so sad. It's too bad, too sad. I never tried this before. And that's okay. That's okay. That's like a little, oh, I'm unsubscribing. That's it. 5 times, what y'all need? What y'all think? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? That's a 10 minute. You decide. You help me punish you. You help me punish you. What should? How many minutes should we give you a timeout? All right. Well, I decided. Okay, fine. Time. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, you help me punish you. That's like how his teeth was allergic to bullshit. Yeah, show me. She's like, twin. His teeth was allergic. They're like, we out this bitch. Like, we out. We out of here. They tried to warn him. They were like loosening up. You know what I'm saying? That's why his mouth sounded like like he had, like he was gargling marbles. You said, yeah. Yo, y'all are funny. Asylum was like, well, I guess I don't have to say what I was gonna say because somebody's in timeout. You know what I mean? It got crazy towards the end. So good. Lil Wayne Lean, aka Wayne, is not here mentally. Lean with We don't know if he's coming or going. And that's why, like, when they gave him the halftime show with the gremlins and goblins, the digital goblins, he thought he was at the real event. I don't want to laugh, but they make these jokes. They make these jokes. The jokes write themselves. He was so happy because he didn't know where he was. He thought he was at the Super Bowl. They probably told him it was the Super Bowl. They probably told him it was the Super Bowl. Yeah, I could have done that video. Dame Dash Teeth hate him, but I didn't do it. I was behaving. Somebody have a new account. Oh, how cute. All right, let's see. Yeah, we're wrapping this up. Yeah, his teeth were allergic to bullshit. If Wayne was at the Super Bowl, if Wayne was at the Super Bowl, they would have had to take me out in a stretcher because the amount of laughing I would explode my stomach. Like, if Dame, if Little Wayne, or even Dame for that matter, but if Little Wayne was doing the Super Bowl, he would take a full on nap on stage. Like, he would take like the whole 15-minute nap. He would just lay down on stage. It would have been terrible. Him screaming. Have y'all seen him? His latest performance, he was like screaming. It was like he tried to sound like the elephant. In his one of his last performances, he was trying to sound like an elephant. And then the fact that this is how we're discovering how stupid some of these people are and disconnected. You don't know you sound like trash. They told him, look, we're putting an elephant song in your album. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta go for. So and then when he cried, he was like, for some reason he saw the Super Bowl and was like, what, Kendrick? And somebody woke him up to tell him you don't have the actual Super Bowl. And then he started crying online. And they said, no, we got you. We're going to give you a Super Bowl. We decided to do a second Super Bowl. They probably lied to him and told him, like, 3 million people, you beat Kendrick's record. 2 million people watch your halftime show, Super Bowl, that we gave you. That was the real Super Bowl, Little Wayne. And he was, like, making noises like an elephant. He was like, oh, maybe he was happy because he was like, oh, I beat his record. In his world, just stay in your bubble, Little Wayne. Just stay in your bubble, take naps, wake up, wash your dreads, cut your dreads, and, do what you got to do. Yeah, they probably told him it was a real Super Bowl. He's like, yeah, see, Kendrick, y'all should have trusted me to begin with. And what's a goon to a goblin? They didn't put the goblin. They missed that opportunity. The elephants, Peanuts and Elephant was crazy. Yeah, Truth Unfiltered. Wayne a walking vegetable. I don't want to laugh, but I have to. Hate to blast you, but I have to. See, I rap a lot. Artists left. No, I put them in timeout. Laughing. That's probably Dame in the chat getting cooked and got out of here. No, I put him in timeout. I put him. I put him to go take a nap with Wayne, and to help Dame Dash find his teeth. So they're in the cosmics. Wayne been checked out. He's a walking shell. It's sad but true. That Doc's Game United was too much for me. I unsubscribed. I would never subscribe to that. Thank you, Diego, for keeping it real. He said, I unsubscribe. Good. Keep it real. Nah, remove your energy. Remove the support they got. We cannot reward pathetically despicable behavior. So, what do you think about calls and all Lupe acting out when it was the time Kendrick's supposed to get his awards? Get his awards. Let me tell you why they're mad. They're mad that they had the well, I'm not sure what you're saying. Let me see. What do you think about calls and all Lupe acting out and all the people like acting out because Kendrick got that award, right? They don't understand. He is like the best artist because of well-rounded reasons. You understand? Not just he put out music or whatever, but he's the best hip hop artist. They should give that award to him. They give it to him every year. So effing what? I don't care. And BT better act right and keep it going, keep it coming. So people are mad that he got the award to begin with, and then this dude they were like, he has the audacity to not even accept it. He's like, yo, y'all gave it to me, good. He's busy, yo, he is busy. So, and he probably was in the back. Now, I wouldn't put it past him if he told him to say Kendrick won't be here, but he was in the trailers. Man, I would clap, big clap. Yeah, I would give him a standing ovation. If Kendrick was at the Grammys this whole time, because he didn't want to be pictured, or he wasn't available for pictures. We didn't see too many pictures. I mean, we didn't see pictures of him. So he was in the trailer with Dave Free, because Dave Free came out of the trailer. We have pictures. I have pictures of Dave Free outside of the trailer with the dancers. But if he told BET, say that you guys are accepting this award on my behalf, and they walked right backstage, and he was hiding somewhere in a room or whatever, at the PG Lang room or whatever, and he was there this whole time, stellar performance, stellar, amazing. Imagine we was at the no, I don't want to. Yeah, that been checked out. Yeah, he's been checked out. A nap on stage. No, he would have, if they gave him the Super Bowl, he would have brought his blankie. If they gave that dude the Super Bowl, he would have brought a blankie. So yeah, Asylum. I just, this is what I do. Asylum. By the way, the reason why, the funniest OVHO comment that I ever got is, why is everybody glazing so peacefully in the comments? Because I handle it. I can't tell you. A good day for me is removing only, like, hiding 3 people from channel. That's a great day. I didn't even have to use my AK. I gotta say, it was a good day, right? So that's a good day for me. Like that. Wow, I only blocked one person or something. It's been a few times I didn't block anybody for a day. And that's okay, because like I said, it's all about quality, not quantity. So I want people that resonate. A lot of the masses are just obliviously ignorant. And it's like, oh, we follow all these kinds of great. Everybody's super chatting and stuff like that, doing everything. And then some of us are busting our behind. We do a lot. We actually film. We actually edit. We commenting. We going live. We researching. And people don't support us. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know, I'm fine. I'm happy being in authenticity and being and standing for something and not falling for everything. So I'm happy for the people that support me. And oh, what do you think? Let me see. Miss Shirley said they're pissed off that he wasn't even there. They're like, see, he wasn't even there to accept it, and they still gave it to him. They're beyond pissed. These people hate their lives. Miss Shirley said, correction, what do you think about the connection? Oh, wait, where did it go? Hold on. Let me see. Wait, where did it go? Okay, what do you think about the connection with Lupe acting out these platforms and Kendrick getting his awards? Was it deflecting from Kendrick winning? Oh, absolutely. Yes. It's a tantrum. Take a terrible twos. Take a 2-year-old to a freaking Target or to Toys R Us. If Toys R Us is still open, take a 2-year-old to a Toys R Us that's misbehaving, and you just said you can't get any toys because you have not been listening. Check out the crybaby, the freaking pounding, stomping on the floor, doing everything. So it's the same thing. The universe said, nah, ninja, you can't have no accolades. You can't have anything because you don't know how to act. You don't know how to have decorum. You don't know how to address women in the chat. You don't know how to address men in the chat. You want to be disrespectful. You playing with God's chosen one, Kendrick. And, it's like belt to ass. You get me? It's like, nah, you can't have no candy. You take terrible tools that's too hyper to a candy shop that loves candy. No, you can't have no candy. You ain't been acting right. So he's blocking his blessings. And yes, he's throwing tantrums, and that is definitely part of his festivity. He's on a I Hate Kendrick and I'm so jealous tour. That's what I said in one of my shorts. I said he's on a tour. Don't you think Lupe should be on a tour with new music and new whatever. So the universe wet the belt first and was like, you won't get belt to ass while we warm you up for Kendrick to drag you. And when we allow this genius to come up with a plan to drag you, or a little line that turns your whole career into a meme. So we do the same thing for Lupe. How did it start? Oh, you are a superstar. Okay, Lupe. And then how's it going? How it started and how it's going. He's I would do the meme of him in a chat like this. He was pissed off. How did it start, Lupe? And how's it going? We're gonna go back to the same thing. How did it start with Kendrick? Authentic, saying I don't back down from nothing. Dude was a freaking teenager when he said that. How's it going? I don't back down from nothing. Blessings out the wazoo. We're making up an award. The most handsome lyrical assassin. Hey, let's do an award. Boom, he's getting that award. He's getting every award. The craziest menace. There's companies wishing that they give him everything. Give him every award for being authentic, for trying to make a change, for helping people, helping kids, inspiring children and kids of all ages. I have videos of him teaching classes. He goes to different high schools, and he used to do this a lot, to teach and have a day with Kendrick. And he didn't even charge some of the schools. He didn't charge the schools. He was just, imagine you have Kendrick for free. You understand? The school went wild. Boy, them kids was like, no homework today. Kendrick is here. You get me? So that's what there's blessings for that. You get paid in abundance. And for you running your mouth, yeah, he's definitely, I agree, 1,000,000 lifetimes times infinity percent. That's his tantrum, because he's at, well, let's not say Target. Let's say another store. A good store that's not, going against multicultural people and things like that. But at a toy store, we were saying like at Toys R Us or whatever. So he is surrounded by listening to awards, the BET Awards, the Grammy. He doesn't had it about enough. He's sick of it. You get me? He's surrounded by all these accolades that he's witnessing, and he's smack in the middle, and he just got to go to his teaching job respectfully. That's important, but it's like, and he's fumbling that. He's fumbling that back too, because of his online behavior. His online behavior. He's going on the same tour. They all are mimicking each other. He's going on the same tour as J. Cole, but he's doing it online. He's going on the same tour. Let me see what y'all saying. Diego's having himself a good time. We appreciate the way Kendrick moves and conducts himself. Yeah, we're not embarrassed by it. This is Savage. I love you just as you are. Thank you. I'm really late. Oh, Music Diva. Good evening, everyone. Oh man, we went crazy on Lupe. Lupe lingering here and trying to police the culture. This is a thing. What is the worst thing you could do to a narcissist? Disengage. Don't listen. Turn his TV off. When Kendrick speaks, people don't understand. It goes over their head. The party must die. This little online party that you're doing, it has to die. This is why he can come in this chat right now. He ain't getting no airtime. He ain't getting no mic time. He ain't getting nothing from me. He ain't getting nothing. And if he so happens to speak, he thinks he calls somebody a biatch, he's going to be calling me out my name left and right, because I'm going to trigger him all the way. I'm going to dare him to do the impossible, which is to focus his energy on inspiring and making a change, and making a positive change, and making a positive album or something that inspires. I'm gonna trigger him to do that. I'm gonna be like, all right, talk to me when you have 47 stadium tours that were sold out. I'm a little bro him for life. You know what I mean? That's not gonna last long. Nothing that he says, oh, you don't have, I'm not an artist, I don't have to be an artist. See, here's the thing. When he said, oh, you don't have 20 million records sold, right? If he said that to me, I would have been like, but yet, here we are on my live. So what does that mean? You get what I'm saying? That was the 20 million that you sold was to no avail. How did it start and how's it going? You in a freaking live. You in my goddamn live. In my little live. And I only got 13,000 subscribers. So how you like me now? You in my live. You in my freaking live. Okay, like I said, I would have triggered him to Kingdom Come. He would have jumped ship. He would have walked into traffic. He would have just been like, goodbye, cruel world. Dealing with me, I have no sympathy, no sensitivity for anything. That's why I turn my sensitivity off. A sensitive savage, no, it's just gonna be the savage. That's it. That's what you do with a narcissist. It's very easy. Very easy. You tell them they're not the best. And that's it. You tell them they're failing. You tell them because that's what a narcissist thrives, and you cut their mic off. I would have been like, I would have been beyond disrespectful. I would have been stupid viral. Because I would have been like, I would have put him in timeout. You're not acting like a king, so I'm gonna treat you like a peasant. I would have blocked him right on my thing. I'm different. People want to engage. They want to reason. That's like reasoning with a clown. You understand the clown or a mime? You know, you having conversations with a toxic mime. They're not gonna say anything. It's like what they're talking about. They're talking about nothing. When Kendrick speaks, he means it. What they're talking about. There's all these Kendrick quotables that we can live by. Let's see. The most handsome lyricist, Sensor Savage, you crazy. The most handsome assassin, lyrical assassin, yeah. I will come. Look, we draw an award right now. We're gonna draw an award. Kendrick, you done won the best. Happy times in alive. Giving us happy time award. The happy time award. You gave us happiness in the live award. So here, there's your thing. I'll order it on Amazon. I'll personalize it for $5.99 or whatever I gotta do. I would give him more awards. He needs more. It's like just dump everything. I have a picture of like awards, like it's like Kendrick awards, and the shelf is like award upon award. They're like fighting for each other for closet room. Give him more, and these people can't even win in a live. They can't even. You thought because you sold 20 million records that we like you, we don't care about you. That's even more embarrassing because if I'm a regular person and I get embarrassed in a live, man, I took an L. But you were a superstar and you were somebody's little live, and not even like a million, somebody that has millions of subscribers, and you talk about you have 20 million sold, mother effing what? And here we are. You're in my live. I ain't in yours. And Lupe has gone live. And I would have been like, when the hell did you see me in your live? But here we are. You in my live. So you played yourself. Congratulations. You played yourself. So there you go. I think Lupe made a fool out of himself. Yeah, Lupe made a fool. And for people that be like, oh, y'all content creators want engagement. Yes, we're choosing. A lot of us like to talk. As you can see, I'm a silly person, whatever. So we know, everybody be like, oh, you should be a lawyer. You should be I already know. I know that I like to, I like debate. I like healthy debate. I like conversations. We're doing what we like. And this is our job. We are walking in our purpose, in our truth. We're in alignment with our assignments. And there is abundance for that, for living in your truth. You like to make cakes? Live in your truth. Bake the best freaking cakes. You're good with, public speaking or doing whatever, then do that. You're good with animals, then do that. Live in your purpose. And the money, the people will come. Or you will make a change or something. Keep working at it. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? This is something that I'm willing to do for free. Of course, this is my job, like one of my jobs. But because I like it, it's something that I would do it regardless. I love it, so that's my truth. These people, it's not a lick for me. It's not like, oh, get rich quick. But we're going to get engagement. It's about creating a community. So let his community thrive, while Lupe is losing fans. So how did that work out, And I don't have to agree with every content creator either, but that's what we do it. Yeah, it's so sad. Yeah. Diego said, talk. We talking that talk. Music diva, right. Facts. I'm so over that drama, grown ass man. People gonna realize that they can't just let him on his live because he's just gonna be rambling. It's gonna get worse. And he's losing people as he speaks. He's losing people, disengaging with him. He's playing himself. When in the hell is Kendrick going to willing to embarrass himself like that? Imagine, if Kendrick did that, I would literally cry. I would literally cry. I'd be like, hell no, Kendrick, no, sit down. Like, no, he could lose us. You know what I mean? He has great work, but he has put on an exceptional body, a masterclass in great music. Um, I don't. Yeah, it's so sad. That would never, could never, and has never. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people like TDE wants to speak for Kendrick. I remember when they met with J. Cole, they were like, "We're good, we spoke," and a lot of people were like, "Ooh, Kendrick send J. Cole to talk to TDE." Kendrick is his own entity. Kendrick is his own planet, darling. If he wanted to meet with somebody, you don't think that would make it happen? They done found Momo Boyd, for crying out loud. Why? Because baby Keem wanted to work with her. They made it pop off. They made it happen. They done found him on. They want to work with her. Some people disagree, or some people say she sounds like whatever. They're doing it. They're doing what they choose. You know what I'm saying? They work differently. They choose different. So they're moving different. Definitely moving different. Hate and jealousy. This is the energy that they're doing. They're bathing in toxicity. They're bathing in hate and jealousy. And imagine if Lupe put all that energy and passion into good intentions on making a song. If he put all that energy into making a song, he will have another superstar, another song, he will have another song. He would have a great album. And then he could back away or move, just retire gracefully or something. This is his legacy that he's leaving. He's just shredding it, just shredding his legacy. With all the Drake media manipulation money floating, every day we turn around, it's a new day that we discover that Drake is paying. There's new body farms. It's like it's already boring. Yeah, it was already boring. It's sad. And this is one thing they all have in common. All of these idiots have one thing in common. Uh they're addicted, or they're allergic to embarrassment. Like, they're not embarrassed at all. They don't, you know no, I shouldn't say they're addicted. They're addicted to humiliation. They're addicted to embarrassment. They don't get embarrassed for nothing. You cannot pay me enough. If I went on one live and I got played out like that, goodbye. See you later. No speaking English. Like, I'll pretend I don't speak English anymore. Like, no, I can't speak. I can go on a live. I have a language barrier. You know what I'm saying? No speaking English. Adios. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would get the hell out of there. I would shut the hell up. I would go somewhere, cut my hair, put on a blonde bob, or and just move on with my life, or something, or you know what I mean, just color my hair red or something, just change and hide. You know what I'm saying? And I can't. But he wants more and more. He went on this live, he went on another live. I would immediately get, you know how people get those accents, like Madonna is like British or whatever out of nowhere, even though I think she grew up in New York or Brooklyn or whatever. I would just not speak English anymore. I'd be like, no, I can't. I would have somebody talk for me and say, no, I can't. She said she can't go on lives because she doesn't speak English. I would have the reverse effect of language. Quote, talking to the look weird. Yeah, the truth unfiltered. I said that thing made me sick to my freaking stomach. I literally wanted to scream. I was so pissed off. I was so pissed off when I saw that. And I said, I waited to see if Kendrick was going to be talking to J. Cole. I said, Kendrick would freaking never. And people were like, oh, J. Cole and Kendrick going to do an album. Those are idiots. Feeble-minded imbeciles. They don't know how Kendrick moves. They're not paying attention. They're not paying attention. They didn't listen to Euphoria. They don't care about Euphoria. Didn't he say, if not, I'm YMW Melly? Oh, how friendly. What a friendly neighborhood. Your friendly neighborhood boogeyman instead of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's your friendly neighborhood boogeyman. He said YMW Melly. How sweet. This is the sweetest person in the goddamn world. What he called me, he said a bad bitch, like, oh yeah, pop ass. Oh my god, he is so wonderful. He is just the sweetest little thing you ever did see. What? Yeah, he's so sweet. So what the, how the hell does that go over people's head? How the hell does that go to people's head? Let's see. Yeah, and then wiped out murals, the same thing. No, let's do Euphoria, and people just that thing went over people's head. How in the hell your superpowers are getting neutralized? Oh, Diego's crying. No, I'm a silly Willy. Your superpowers are getting neutralized. That sounds like a massage, right? That sounds so enticing. This is why I think they're addicted to humiliation and a glutton for punishment. It's a weird turn off. These guys want anything from Kendrick. Like they might be in love because it's like you want to punish me, you want to humiliate me, baby. Like what the hell are they doing? Somebody said Diego said he's crying. Your superpowers are neutralized. Fabricating stories. I make music that electrifying. Okay, I'm out the way, right? Hellcat. Okay, all that's wonderful, right? I hate when I rap or talk about guns. Then somebody die. Right? He wore red at the pop out. Oh yeah, he was trying to dress like Tupac. True, but what's the double entendre? He keeps around. He's surrounded by people wearing a little bit of red, a lot of red. And what's that video that I uploaded that he was playing basketball and they were watching themselves on a video playing basketball. And everybody was shocked because Kendrick was like, "Yo, blood, what's going on? Yo, you look at the way he turned blood, blood, blood. Look at the way he was saying blood." I'm not saying he's a guy, but God, Lee, his father's he's affiliated by his father. Remember what his father was. His father does not lie about it. Oh, friendly neighborhood boogeyman, right? Okay. I hate when I rap and talk about guns and somebody died. They turn into nuns. Like pray for my city. You know, pray for my city. Let it get shaky. You know, let it get shaky. It's nothing nobody can tell me. TDE, my mama, my auntie. There's nothing nobody can tell me. I don't want to talk on a celly. If the man don't want to talk on a celly, which you could be at home on the cell phone, what in the hell in God's green planet is he gonna do in a meeting with J. Cole or stupid Fiasco, right? Um, I don't like. Yeah. So wait, where is he? It's nothing. I don't want to talk on Sally. You know I got language barriers. I told you I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. This is say I'm at work dying laughing. You are crazy hilarious. Thank you. I told you I am the boogie woman. In my own mind, let me be delusional. I have breathtakingly delusional. I know I am and I'm happy in my bubble. It makes the sun bright and the sun shine and my teeth white. Okay? So let me be in my delusion. I would have the reverse language barrier. Like I'll be like, no, speaking English. No, and I will have Maria Consuela with me, and they're going to be translating. They're going to be like, she can't do your live anymore because she says she doesn't understand English. Okay? I don't want to talk on no celly. You know I got language barriers. There's no accent you can sell me. Cole and Ivory, we calling you by your government name. Oh, the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man again, Boogeyman. I'm a self-it. The crown is going to be heavy. I pray you're my real friends. If not, YMW Melly. And he will be the boogeyman to smile on his mugshot. Oh, but I'm supposed to be friendly, right? Oh, people don't listen to what he's saying and how he moves. If you're looking at his lyrics, okay, he sounds like a little menace. How does he move? Like a little menace? He don't talk. There's people in Germany that don't speak English, but they speak OV-ho. They speak PDFR. They were screaming A minor. They don't even know what it means, but they know it's bad and Drake hates it. And darn it, they gonna learn English one way or another. He went around the world teaching people English, and it's like, what's your English word? OV-ho. That's my first word. OV Hole, and A minor. That's why they were like, some in the beach, some in the beach. When they were singing family ties, they were some in the beach. They don't know what they're saying, but they know they have to say it to Drake. They know they have to say it to Drake. Kendrick was pointing. He was like, and then he was looking. Remember what I told you? Kendrick inspects the audience like this, like, y'all turning up? Yeah, yeah, I. And that's why he kept looking. And then when they were chanting his name, he stood there like, yeah, aura farming. Yeah, that's right. We did good work today, folks. You learned OV Hole. This one learned PDF file. Yeah, this one learned, YMW Melly. We doing great. You know what I'm saying? And people think that Kendrick is gonna have compassion for these demons. And this is funny because he said, "Hey, yo, Top Dog, who the f- they think they're playing with?" He didn't say. Remember, Top Dog was a menace. That's probably why Kendrick resonates with him. It was so ironic, that Kendrick, his dad selling him extra, giving him extra biscuit, worked the whole thing out because it's like Kendrick resonates with that type of crazy, if you will. He didn't say, "Hey, yo, Punch, who the heck they think they're playing with?" Ooh, but I'm doing too much. I'm allergic to the lame shit. Me too, Kendrick. Only you like being famous. Me too, Kendrick. Gangster twin. This is why people be like, "Oh, she's so sweet." Don't let the smooth taste fool you because I'm tempering myself for YouTube. Yeah, a lot of you don't want to see the real me because I'd be like 90% unsubscribed. Or maybe y'all like me more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like chilling because YouTube, what I mean? YouTube is a Drake sometimes. Mean mug and didn't say punch. He said top dog. We running facts tonight. We want to run facts. This is what I gotta do. I gotta do videos. I gotta do more video like breakdowns of these lyrics. I love breaking down lyrics. I see lyrics differently. Hey yo, Punch, who the heck they playing with? No, Punch. He knows Punch. Punch is gonna stay in his lane. He said top dog. You know who Top Dog was before that? He was about to rob Kendrick's dad and have a little Blicky action. I don't know what to tell you. There was some biscuits and it all smoothed over. He said Top Dog. And then he's like, this was the part they hear. Oh, I still love when you see success. And they're like, no, he said he wants the best for me. Yeah, he's going to be willing to give you 47 funerals because he's bringing you out in style. He's taking you out of this planet in style. What goes first, you or your career? Let's start with your career, and then we'll take care of you. You bad bitch. He's like, when I see you stand near Sexy Red, I believe you see two bad bitches. And that's why, bitch ninjas love bitch ninjas. They exist with them in style. That's why he flew the game in, because it was like two bad bitches. Season like that record. He said, try season the season like that record. Ho what? You don't like that record? Let's not forget the hole that was in it. Ho what? You don't like that record? He called him a hoe. Friendly neighborhood boogeyman. Friendly neighborhood boogeyman. I'm a Blake ninjas in a coffin. All in a coffin. People ignore that part. You in a coffin, I'm pretty sure, and if it's your funeral, I'm pretty sure you're dead. Let me read that line again. Your friendly neighborhood boogeyman said, I'm a Blick ninjas in a coffin. Did anybody think of that? Because when I heard that, this is why I wish I had my channel when the battle was going on. I had the channel, but I wasn't uploading. I wish I had started it, because my breakdown would have been different. You in a coffin and you still shooting your shots? Shooting shots literally. Like, yo, I'm gonna make sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, Drake's dragging is not over. Tell him run to America, but imitate this violence. Imitate this violence. Don't speak on the family court. He told you, and he didn't. There's so many quotables from Kendrick. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. All the quotables from Kendrick. Yeah, and then in Whacked Out Murals, okay, we don't want to hear. We don't even want you to speak. F y'all just. I wave one finger, and something happens to y'all. Yo, Kendrick really has people that are willing to crash for him, but y'all don't believe it though. Um, we'll end with Whacked Out Murals. Well, I already did a breakdown on this, but this is for people that don't understand Kendrick. Like they think he's gonna kumbaya with these fools. That he's just gonna be like, "Oh, Lupe, I know you said horrible things, but I'm gonna meet with you in a meeting, and so we could talk and we could just parlay and make milkshakes or do or get the Hawaiian abs together. Whatever they're doing." Kendrick on the loose, y'all. Kendrick on the loose. Top Dog was the only one to hold Kendrick back. Now he's on the loose. No, Punch was holding Kendrick back because Kendrick let Punch listen to Euphoria, which was longer. Meanwhile, he didn't say. Yeah, he didn't say Punch again. Yeah. All over the world, they rapping his lyrics. I'm crying. Yeah. And the universe was like, I'm gonna wet the belt, and then Kendrick, you got the alley oop, right? No, I said you could sell me. I'm a selfie. The crown is that I pray they're my real friends. Stupid Fiasco. I don't even be realizing I'll be saying a lot of crazy stuff about his affliction. I remember you was conflicted. You learned years later that Kendrick with Kaiser Soze. I said it in the beginning of the live. Y'all playing this whole thing. Watch Usual Suspect. People kept telling me you might like you a little savage. You might like Usual Suspect. Man, that took years to watch that thing. Like in other words, I didn't take it serious. But when I watched that, I was like, oh hell yes, hell yeah. The person you want to son, the person you want to underestimate. Yo, y'all thought this is the thing, respectfully, and I'm gonna say this with every respect in the room, right? Let me be in that room, everybody rapping, and I hear Kendrick. I respectfully, you trying to push J Rock out first? I would have taken a different approach. I would have been like, that motherfucker right there. That's who we going with. That's confirmation. That's who we going with. This motherfucker cannot be touched. Take that right there. Take that motherfucker right there. He's the one. Boom. He is the one. I would have been screaming bloody murder like, nah, we gonna go with this guy. This guy is crazy. Is a crazy lyricist. He was, the old stuff that I be uploading, Kendrick is nice. Like, he got flows and he's impressive. Remember, Look Out for Detox. He was young. That was a long time ago. Look Out for Detox. He's spaz on that. He's spaz on that. He's spaz on that. And that's his old stuff. You get me? So it's like, nah. That's the one. I would have been like the Matrix. Like, you are Neo in the Matrix. You are the one. Punches for music. Top Dog is for life. Yeah. One of my top 5 Kendrick songs is Feel. Feel is insane. Yo, I can't stop crying when I hear Feel. I cannot. I feel like just everything. It's the same thing. Like, some of our lives have been hard. And that's the thing. Kendrick will write something that will reach the very bottom of your soul. And will make you feel something. Will make you move different. Will inspire you. Will inspire change. Feel is how I feel. Like, I'm like, yo, and that's the thing. A lot of y'all that stand out is because y'all chosen. Y'all different. Y'all not supposed to be like your family. You stick out like a sore thumb. You have a different opinions. Some friends don't relate to you because you're different. And you walking in your purpose. Just like Kendrick. They underestimated him. Like, they just pushing. I wouldn't push respectfully. I would have pushed him. And that's why a lot of people are surprised. Luckily, J Rock has a good attitude. He's like, nah, in his mind, that's his little bro, because Kendrick is a few years younger. And because, he was like a baby when he got there. And J Rock was 20, I guess. And, you know what I'm saying? But I knew that. They are all talented, but I knew that. I knew that Kendrick sounded different. When I heard all their stuff, I was like, yo, Absol is nice. Schoolboy Q was the last to join TDE. from Black Hippie, the last to join. They were all nice, but I'll be like, that's the one. Get the heck out my face. That's the one. Um, Skip said something about Kendrick after watching Monster Freestyle. Kendrick was the pit bull that they had to clean up after him shine a little bit more before they let him out the way. Man, I respectfully, I understand his point, but I would have polished him. Yes, I would have polished, but he is the one. He is the one. I don't go with subtlety like, oh, he's the most presentable, because people do that. He looked like GQ, J Rock. Yeah, he's a. I would have worked on that, dude. I would have been like, but I know what they were doing. I know what they were doing because J Rock was like, had the certain look, and that's the thing. That's like the story of my life. I always pick who I see. Perfect example. Has this happened to y'all where, let's say you go out with your friends or you go out somewhere and everybody thinks somebody's handsome except for you? You're like, nah, I'm not sweating that person. I'm sweating this one. Somebody that nobody's talking about. But then once you see them or whatever, then everybody's like, I kind of see what you say. You know what I mean? They didn't see beauty in him. They didn't see the full potential in him. And I don't know how, because for me, it's like, I understand, like, and no, I get what he's saying, that they had to polish him. Yeah, he was raw, rugged, and raw. He was, yeah, he was. But the talent is what speaks to me, and I'm the one. That's the one that I would have chosen. I would be like, we gotta do what we gotta do because you're putting out. And then here's the thing: they discovered that Kendrick surpassed J Rock. Like, I'm sorry, and his lyrics and his rapping was over here, and they put him out early. It was only, like, in other words, they didn't spend 10 years with J Rock, just pushing J Rock, like 10, 15 years. They didn't spend that much time. They tried it for a few years, and then they quickly put Kendrick, because Kendrick was moving the needle of the culture. They put Kendrick on quickly, and then what happened? So for the people like that are saying, oh, he needed more polishing, he was on stage raw, rugged, and raw. Rough, rugged, and raw at an early age, and he is fuck wittable. You know what I mean? He was trainable. They were able to train him. He was on them stages when he was before he was 21. He was on them stages and he was commanding, and he was a natural. He was commanding the stage. Everybody needs a little polishing. They never were superstars, and they all needed polishing, but it is what it is. And he was on stage. He showed amazing stage presence. That's awesome. Let's see. Ain't nobody praying. Gets me every time. Ain't nobody praying. Yeah. Yeah. I understand. Yeah, but Kendrick, and that picture of Kendrick when he was in the corner, it was young. He looked like a crazy pit bull. He did. And that, I think I did a side by side of Drake at 13 and Kendrick at 13, or Drake at 15 and Kendrick at 15. Kendrick was like in the gutter. You know what I'm saying? He looked crazy wild, right? He looked like he was ready. And Drake was like doing weird stuff on Degrassi, like a goofball. I like, is God. That is what God feels like. Yeah, he just has. It's like Kendrick's music is a kid in a candy store. It's like, oh, what should I play today? He has so much. Everything he does, he wants to make it the best. He doesn't just be like, damn, here, go. You know what I mean? Here, just take this. He's like, he polishes everything. He fixes everything to perfection. You're right. Everybody loved him and all his rawness. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was put out in these stages right after they discovered that he was moving the culture. This is what happened. He was J Rock's hype man, but then they let him rap a little bit. Once they let him rap a little bit, and they were signing J Rock and everything, he was doing his record deal and everything. But once they heard him rap a little and freestyle on stage, the reaction, they couldn't ignore the reaction of the crowd. And he was on stage ever since. That's why I have so much footage. He was on stage ever since, before he was polished. But he still was very good, even with the audience participation. Because I remember, like, in my Patreon, I have where, like, somebody got real hood and was like cursing, and you know, they cursed. He was trying to talk and get the audience attention in a small venue, and they were being a little rowdy, and this girl like cursed them out. She said some hood ass ish, like she went crazy. It was so crazy. She was like, shut up. She like cursed the audience out for him, and he was like, I'm gonna take that one back with me to Compton. He's like I'm gonna, she belongs in the hood. Like he was making jokes, like he was just charisma. Even though that was him, that's why now he's so polished and so well spoken, and just so, because he already had that in him. He was a hype man, and he is the best hype man. The best, and he still is. Like he still does it with Cardi, Playboy Cardi, you know, and men can move the room and the crowd. Yeah, he was a natural. He was a completely natural. In that corner against the wall with a pull t-shirt, he looks crazy. He looks insane. He's crazier. Yeah, everybody loved all his rawness. Yeah, everybody loved. Diego said, "Music is deeper than just a song. There are temples in which we shed spiritually." Yeah, and like that's like, yeah, it's healing. Like you know, they have laughing yoga. I'm about to say something weird. And we're gonna wrap this up. I'm about to say something weird. They have laughing yoga where people just like ha 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 and they laugh, and that's like why do I know this? Don't ask. And they have like screaming, you know, when you go somewhere and you scream out your frustration, purging exercises, if you will, right? That's the thing. Those are the experiences that you go through with Kendrick's album. It touches every emotion, the flirty things, the this, the that, every emotion. It hits on every emotion, makes you evaluate your emotions and see, you know, how you feel about how who you are. So let's see. Oh my goodness, let's wrap this up. Oh my god, I'm here forever. He was a hype man. Thank you, everybody. But yeah, he was a natural. They're still gonna be crashing out. These people, the crash outs. Every week I come here. Every week I come here, and I'm like, you would think that I don't have that much. Like we don't have so much to talk about, but they do. This was all in a week, y'all. All this Lupe freaking crazy fiasco tour was like in a week, within days apart. They give us so much content, it's not even funny. And when we don't have that much content, we're gonna break down lyrics and stuff because it is so funny to me. Kendrick's lyrics are delicious. They are fantastic. He is shows his sense of humor. He shows his insanity. He's crazy and wild. How long will you be on live? Oh, I'm about to log off. Yeah, thank you everybody. Yeah, I'm about to be log off. We've been here, man. Y'all held me hostage. Okay, cool. Let me put my information, because why would I forget to do this? There's people that support. Thank you so much for the people that you know, support with the super chats and all that, because you know I have to do it through there now. I want to make sure I have some type of control um, on that. Let me put all my information. Um, yeah, just the stuff. I should have put this on, but you know, I bring the content. I bring the content. Thank you for being here. I hope everybody has a fun 4th of July. I'll be live, like I said, I've been live a little bit more often, and randomly. You know me, I upload randomly in the middle of the night. I upload whenever. I just give myself freedom. I'm being free to be myself. And some people like it. Look, some people 3 o'clock in the morning, they can't sleep. They're like, yo, you know what? Sensitive uproar. Let me see what she talking about. You know, let me see what music, or let's see what we finna get. Oh yeah, this is interesting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, be you, be yourself. Dare to be yourself, right? Dare to be yourself. So twin sister, twin soul sister, we met in another lifetime. Like, no, uh, like-minded people resonate towards each other. That's all it is. And I'm glad, and I'm glad I am daring enough. I'm chilling with you. I have to get up. Oh Lord, have mercy. Thank you so much, Asada. Oh my God, I love you, Jesus. Y'all have love. I appreciate the flag. So I'll be doing more breakdowns of Kendrick. I'm gonna upload more videos. You know, the videos, they don't promote them as much as the shorts. That's why I do shorts also, and I, you know, do commentary so YouTube won't be a hater and just be like blocking my content. It's just a lot, but you know, we do it because we like it. So everybody have a great night. Until next time, we'll see. Court is out of session for these fools, and we'll see what else they get into. But just make sure, like I said, this is therapeutic. Just be like, I wasn't a bigger fool as Lupe. I did better than Lupe. I didn't embarrass myself better than Lupe. Every week we do the affirmations before we leave. I wasn't as stupid as Lupe. I wasn't as toxic. You know, so hey, pat yourself on the back, give yourself some grace. We did better than these people. Have a good night. I'm up. Drop anytime. I'm up. Drop anytime. Love it. Love it. Thank you so much, members. And thank you so much, member Miss Marianne. And shout out to the membership. Join the Patreon for all the stuff I can't post on here and exclusive stuff. If y'all like a song, hit me a message or comment on Patreon and be like, yo, you got this, you got that. And I probably have it. I'll look for it or whatever, because I have so much stuff I'm uploading. I've uploaded almost 50 things. And I'm still, I got so much more to upload on there. It's not even funny. So happy 4th. And thank you so much. Shout out Miss Shirley, your Mr. Diva, Truth Unfiltered, Diego, Miss Marianne, Asylum, G and D and G, all the people that were Lizelle, just a bunch of people, just everybody that came through. Thank you. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. Your presence is a present. And we'll see you, Q Smooth. Spire look at game. Q Smooth. Everybody that was here, Madman, just everybody. Just thank you, and we'll look out for the next time. You know, let me know. We out. Love y'all. Stay blessed. See you next time. Have a great weekend.